Oh damn. What the fuck did I want?
Zuri talking about your glasses, Carson.
What'd she say?
She said she never seen you with them.
Uh,
Oh, you could
I
change it back to your
wear them
webcam so in case you
sometimes.
be straight.
Yeah, I wear them sometimes. Uh I've been having like super late nights, so my every time you stay up late with them contacts, them joints be getting dry as hell. I was just like, I'm so fucking over this goddamn project.
Damn.
I'm pissed. But it's over though. Like this was it. I literally like just like it was like a one last request. I was just like, I can't do it. I'm sorry.
He was like, "That's
I was
it.
like,
You've requested your last request already."
yeah, nah, I can't do that. Say here to make sure there isn't any PS slander. I
Oh, you
mean,
came to the wrong podcast.
yeah, I mean, we
Oh
said
shit, we
no.
about to start.
Yup,
Go ahead and
soon,
pause this
soon.
bad boy. Shit, it's still lagging on 720.
Ah, shit, I
Oh,
don't
well, I
know.
don't know what to tell you.
I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe the PlayStation's too much.
He said you
This,
can't slide it from outside the club.
hey, get this nigga more
Y'all acting like
insight.
we not even. I would say what is it? Two of us are PlayStation
Yep.
fans over here, but I just like Xbox a little more.
And I mean, I'm gonna get one day.
Yeah, one day.
I gotta play some of these games that's in my backlog.
I think Carl's like the only one that's just like fuck it, fuck all the
Yeah,
PlayStation
cause Carl
motherfuckers.
had the opposite experience of Maurice. His fucking PlayStation died and Maurice Xbox died, right? Or did I might
I've
be mixing him up
never
with somebody else.
in my life bought a PlayStation.
Damn, it's
Uh,
not gonna happen.
I mean, if they get All Stars, I have to think about something.
Some of PlayStation All Stars.
Who was that that
Yeah.
had the? My bad, Carl. What'd you
He said, "What do you play?" There?
If they get PlayStation All Stars, I have to think long and hard about it.
Yo, I don't know why people didn't like that game. I enjoyed
That
PlayStation
was
All
fun.
Stars. That shit was
I was
fun.
watching some of the old like cutscenes.
say? Mm.
They had like the different characters encounter each other, like Jack and Daxter and shit. That shit was fun.
Yeah, I used to fuck people up with Sweet Tooth and
Split play with Sweet Tooth. Shit got
and
annoying.
who is it? Who else? Sweet Tooth, the Hellgas Soldier from Killzone.
Yeah, that was your favorite one.
Yeah, hell yeah. He had so many tools. Who else? Damn. I started playing with Cole, Evil Cole from Infamous. Who else?
Hades awaits. When
Oh,
it
you talking
comes
about that
down,
stage?
I'm talking about Kratos or whatever his name is.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He
Yeah,
was too powerful in there. He was way too powerful.
I mean that's the only way I could win.
Yeah, let's keep it real. Shit.
That motherfucker
Like,
had so much reach with them blades of chaos.
Didn't you play with that ninja from Metal Gear?
Oh,
Oh,
Rob,
Raiden, I did. I
Yeah, because
did play
that's
with.
the only time I ever when I played when y'all brought it to the sunroom. That's the only time I ever played that game, and that's the only person you played with that I remember anyway.
Damn, how did I forget about Raiden? That motherfucker was tight. Yeah, I don't understand why people didn't fuck with that game. Like, it was trying something different than I think of Smash. with the whole
I'm
score
dead.
system.
I
They
horribly.
had a scoring system.
Yeah, the combat was different. I think
Yeah.
it just felt too like it was too much in limbo for me. First of all, I wasn't gonna buy it because like who would I play with? I'm not. That's the kind of game it's like almost a party game, right? You gotta have a crew to play with. It's not like let's like Smash Brothers. Like who solos Smash Brothers?
But there's some people
And those
that go
people,
online.
God bless them. I can't do it. Oh yeah, Power Stone is good. I still have Power Stone on my Dreamcast.
That's
out
what we
here.
should play one day.
We could play
We
through
get
the
get on
there's
the
a
virtual.
emulator. There's a
Yeah.
Dreamcast emulator.
And is it and they got the network stuff worked out? Because I remember emulators
Yeah.
used to. I haven't used an emulator like seriously since college, so I don't
Yeah.
remember
See,
like
people play it on
that
I
all
got a
game's.
those.
Mac, guys.
So what, Carl?
I got a Mac, so yeah.
Oh, so
Join the PC squad.
Right,
Man,
Me.
right, right,
but
right. Yeah. Right now.
yeah, I think All Stars issue was that it was in a limbo, right? Like it wasn't a party game, but it's not a fighter, so like it didn't feel like a party game anyway. It didn't feel like hey, everybody get together and like all play this game. It didn't have that kind of and I mean Smash Bros pushed that hard, right? Like the whole first commercial was like them all
Felt that way
singing
to
and
me.
skipping
Yeah.
together,
Yeah.
and then like and then they just start brawling like right in the middle of it of the little where they're skipping in the field.
Yeah.
Like
That's
it
a
was a very
classic ass commercial.
commercial. Yeah, it's a great commercial, and it's very comical, which is
Yeah.
what sells that game. Like if it was a serious fighter, nobody would play it.
He said man hates PC but only plays Xbox.
bruh.
Oh man.
Let him live over here.
Yeah, man. People got their preferences and tastes, man.
But that is a legit question. Like what before like the original Xbox came out, what console did you play on, Carl?
Exactly. But my brother had original Nintendo, my older brother, and that's the only console I ever had regular access to. I played on other consoles, but up to that point, that was it. Actually,
What was
no.
it?
A cousin of mine got me like a Sega 10 years after it was a thing.
Damn.
So it was like this very, very small, slim Sega.
Okay, yeah, the last iteration before they went to Sega CD
It looked
and then
cute. It looked
Dreamcast.
cute. Like it was so tiny. It looked like a Discman almost.
Yeah. That's
That's
right
what it
before they
was.
went to Sega CD, and you could plug the Sega CD into that.
Yep. That's what I had. That's what my dad got me. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna love this. This is like the new stuff that's out." I was like, "What?"
I still remember picking up that original PS1 from Funko Land.
Me
That
too.
That
Man,
shit was
before they
life
all
changing.
cost $1 million, I had all of them, pretty much. Because it's four siblings, so like we
Yeah.
all kind of
Oh,
like
true.
Shared.
so like for Christmas we all shared we get a different system, and that was back when they came out every like 5 years and not every whatever. I don't know the cycles are
Yeah.
these days are different, but back then you could have an N64 and a Dreamcast in the same life cycle.
Yeah.
Those two systems couldn't be more different in terms of technology.
Yeah. My dad.
Dreamcast had a modem in it.
Man,
Oh,
that
yeah.
first time I actually got it to work, like go online and play some Daytona USA. That shit was laggy as fuck, but I didn't care. I was just psyched. I was just so psyched that I was playing online.
This
I
nigga's
was
in
like,
the Matrix
that's
now.
another motherfucker right there. He's playing. He's lagging, but goddamn.
I remember my dad. He got my PlayStation. He was like, he got my PlayStation from Electronic Market in Korea, and he's like, "Okay, son, here are the games." I was like, "What? These have no title on them." I was like, "Don't worry about it. Just play it." Nah, they play it perfectly, man. Shit, that shit was Them bootleg games, I had like over 100 games bootleg. That shit
Yeah.
was perfect.
I got one of them joints one time at like this big ass like swap meet. I was like, I don't know, they was boasting like 600 something games or some shit. I mean, it was, I don't know, maybe like
Like
100.
all you had, they had like this little shop in the back where they would take it apart and then they would shit. Got distracted.
Yeah, you getting
This man
fucked
over
up
here
over
getting.
there.
All right, you go on wrap after that. But yeah, they had a whole bunch of shit. They had
Yeah,
Gallagher,
no, they had
Galactus, and a whole bunch of old school shit.
yeah, they had like a whole oh shit.
They didn't open
They
the
had like
joint for me.
yeah.
Oh god damn, nigga, you, bruh. This man about to die.
Nah, they got it in demo mode, so he can't die. Cause this motherfucker should have been dead like 5,000
Man, he was going through that
times.
red tunnel for like 6 weeks.
That's what I'm saying. That's that demo mode. They trying to size your head up so they get you to be like, oh yeah, I'm good at this game. Soon as they come out, like get
Get you
killed
to
in
dish
2
that bread
shots.
out.
Exactly.
Fuck.
Oh
He was
damn.
dead.
Damn, he got
Oh,
you
well.
there.
Shut up, Kristen.
I'm just saying.
Oh, he got you there.
This motherfucker, I know you're not talking. Every time this motherfucker come in on my stream, be like, I'll be doing good, and I have one little slip up, be like, damn, you got fucked up. I'm like, you ain't see all the motherfuckers that I just been fucking up. You just gonna comment on the one time
Times
that I get
that
blown
shit be
blown
like
to
that
pieces.
should be hilarious. I'm sorry. Like when he fucks up, he like gets like hit 15 times and gets thrown across the map. I'm like, damn.
Damn.
He's like, you got fucked up.
Yeah, I
don't know
saw
what I
that
watched this week.
that
I'm still trying to
excellence
figure that
comment
out.
got funded in 26 hours on Kickstarter.
Damn, did it?
You said what? What's it called?
Excellence. That's that Kari Randolph. I forget the name of the writer. I usually only follow artists anyway. But yeah, they got funded in 26 hours, man. They already they're trying to raise 40,000. They're already over it.
Damn.
What?
Good for them. Shit.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That sucker. Bye bye. Oh no!
Bruh.
Speaking of N64, y'all remember the N64 Superman?
Yes, it sucked.
Yeah.
It's the worst
Worst
game in
game
the history
ever.
of games.
Dog,
Worst game ever.
I wanted to rent that game so bad. Like every time I went to
You-
Blockbuster,
Yes, from Blockbuster.
it was
You-
never there. I was
you-
so pissed.
No, they saved your life. It's what they
I
did.
know,
They saved-
I know.
I can't
I
get that
know.
time back, man.
One time it was at Blockbuster. I was
Damn.
like, "Bet I could finally get it." I got it. Dog, I was like, I played the game in one day and returned it.
The only cool thing
Yikes.
about it was that you could fly. And that was the first game I remember. Actually, Mario 64, you could fly. So, yeah, it wasn't better than Mario 64's flying mechanics, but that was the only cool thing
You could
about
fly
being
before that.
Superman.
There was literally no point to
But
it.
with the
But I
feather.
mean, yeah, but I mean like the 3D flying mechanics.
Oh, I got you.
Like being able to
Damn.
fly around a city. Like in Mario
Yeah.
64, there was this one level with the cannon in the middle.
Yeah.
My siblings, we used to literally just go to that level and fly around. We wouldn't even we wouldn't even beat the game. We'd just be like, I just want to fly. And we just go in the middle, launch ourselves out the cannon, and try to see who can stay in the air the longest. Like
Damn.
that's how. I mean, back then, that's the kind of stuff, kind of fun you can have with games. Now you just beat them and then they're dead to you.
Lose their number. Shit. All right, y'all ready to get started?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
All
ready.
right, bet.
find it.
Facts. This man still getting killed.
Hey, I'm winning out here, cuz.
Is that what's happening?
Winning out here.
That's what all that red on your screen
Right.
means?
I think they must have
That's-
changed it.
I was dodging and healing, so you can shut up, AJ.
I was just asking questions, man. I ain't never played the game before. I don't know what red means. Red means a lot of stuff in a lot of different cultures. I don't know who made
True.
this game. In ours, it means danger,
I don't know
stop.
who made this game.
But it could be a culture where red is like, I think in Chinese culture, they wear red for weddings, right?
Good luck, yeah.
Yeah,
Some
good
shit
luck.
like that.
Good luck.
Yeah, it could be a Chinese game, man. You can super
Same
lucky.
You know what?
If it's
Shut up,
a
AJ.
Chinese game, you are the luckiest man on the
Well,
planet.
the
Your
whole-
screen was
I'm
almost
gonna tell
completely
you, shut
red.
up.
The whole gaming
Because you
industry
sound
is
ridiculous.
Chinese a little bit.
I'm dead.
Oh man, that's the luck. That's the Chinese luck.
Shut up, AJ.
I'm dead. There we go. All right. Well, thank y'all for joining us. Welcome to the podcast. Follow us at Blerdimension here and on YouTube if you haven't already. Turn on notifications so you can be the first to know when we got new content for you. I'm Kavon, the Grito Suave. We got JK, Beast Eternal.
What up? What up? Hope y'all doing good this week.
We got Creston, not
That's all I'm
Sir.
saying.
What's going on, everybody? I'm glad this week is over. Fuck
pretty
that
much.
project. God damn it.
AJ, Noslinja.
How's everybody doing? I am not sleep deprived at all. I promise.
Same.
So you are.
Same.
No.
You misunderstood what he said.
Yeah.
No, not at all. I get all the hours.
Word.
Every available hour.
These aren't bags. This is just my eyes flexing.
Facts.
Says
Been in the gym.
Yeah, my eyes been in the gym.
I've been doing curls.
You need to go back.
Bruh. You see, you need to go back. We got Carl KBH. He be back. And we down one tonight. JD is dealing with a family thing, so he'll probably be watching now. So yeah. All of our pronouns are he, him, and his. We got 3 segments for y'all on the podcast. We're gonna talk about what we've been consuming this week and what's good. That means games we've been playing, comics we've been reading, movies we've been watching, all that kind of stuff. Then we're gonna talk about some nerdy news and headlines. And then after news, we have a topic of the week to discuss. And this week we're gonna be discussing a little bit about if anybody in the gaming industry has lived up to all these, promises they made. Now that it's, cool to promise nice things to black people. And then after the podcast, we're gonna have a quick intermission. We're gonna get into after podcast gaming. We're probably still gonna play some Rocket League. I don't know. We might go straight to Halo since we're Iron Man out right now. But either way, stick around for that. So, I don't know, man. Who wanna go first? What's good with y'all this week?
I'll go first. For me, I finished Cyberpunk.
Oh shit.
Earlier this week. I'm gonna be honest. That game was super depressing for me. Anyway, I like to play lighter stuff. I mean, that thing does not give me any hope for the future. I think I got one of the happiest outcomes possible. Still very sad.
Get together with Pan Am. That's why I want to know.
Look, that's a possibility, man. That happens to some people, but don't mean you. It's like, I don't know. I was like, man, I don't like how this character's life ended. I know I'm partially responsible for that, but I feel like I only have a few options anyway. Like, it seems like it's gonna be dark regardless of which direction you go. It's just what version of dark you're okay with. So yeah, I finished it. I finished every mission except for buying all the cars because I was like, that's stupid to even consider those missions. Right? Like, they got all the cars on, like, if you look on the map, you got like little circles with exclamation points in them, and those are all missions. If you look on your map, half of those are people trying to sell you vehicles. I do not get why that's a thing.
So what's up
Right?
with
It's not
that?
even that pleasurable to drive on that game. Like nobody's like, yeah,
You
this is a
should-
very these things handle well. Like you just, you know. But so I finished all the missions except for that, or at least all the ones that were presented to me, because you do enough stuff, you end up cutting off some of your future missions by the choices you make in earlier missions. Like, I told you about that time that one person wanted me to get rid of a dead body, and I was like, nah, I'm cool. Then they just stopped talking to me, and I guess I deserved that because I didn't bury their dead body. But yeah, so I finished Cyberpunk. It, like I said, dark. I'm glad I finished it, but I don't know if I loved it. Next is WandaVision, which I'm really feeling Monica's character starting to grow
Yes,
in
sir.
power. I like that a lot.
Yes, sir.
I'm worried about power creep in the Marvel Universe though, because so far everybody they've added into the Marvel Universe since I would say since Scarlet Witch has
Civil
been.
War.
Say it again.
So like Civil War, since Civil War.
Yeah, since Scarlet Witch became a member of the team, has been super overpowered, and I'm like, this is the problem with the Superman movies, right? It's hard to make them because he's too powerful. So it's like I'm wondering how they're gonna balance these teams. You got like weaklings like Falcon and Bucky Barnes, who's the super soldier, but he's still like one of the weakest members on the team now. And so I'm wondering how they're gonna do this. You have no more Iron Man, so it's like you don't even have the human who can mess with the gods now. Now everybody's a god except for the Falcon and Bucky.
True.
So it's like next thing you know, everybody's like able to manipulate time. And Spectrum's powers, that's Monica Rambeau, that's who she's gonna be, are just like ridiculous. It's a ridiculous power set. And so it's going to be hard I feel like it's going to be hard to balance that. They're going to have to give her weaknesses, which I don't necessarily want, but it's like, how are you going to make the movies exciting if the main character she's not even a main character. She'll be a side character in any movie she's in.
Captain Marvel too.
Yeah, she's going to be in Captain Marvel most likely. And her power set is ridiculous. So, I mean, who are they going to fight? They got to fight Galactus. Like they can't fight like regular armies with that power set.
Kang the Conqueror. Which they already cast.
They could fight him, right? But even that said, his power is time manipulation. So the reason he's so powerful is the time manipulation stuff. But the conflict is going to be fighting his soldiers, not him, right? Because his power is weird. It's like you get hit by whatever he can do, or not hit by, but like if he uses his power on you, it's pretty much unbeatable. It's time manipulation. It's not like a laser beam, right? That you can withstand.
True. Yeah, I think it's because in the comics they had Iron Man to face him, so the Avengers faced him, and Iron Man was there. So now, so I'm skeptical what's gonna happen because one, we got to see what happens in Doctor Strange first, and we got to see what happens in.
I forgot about Doctor Strange. It's another
movie.
Overly powered character.
Yeah, out of all the magic users in Marvel, Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange, Brother Voodoo.
Yeah, but you're probably not going to see a Brother Voodoo in the Marvel Universe.
Unfortunately.
So
actually, they could be in Black Panther too. Could show them.
I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. Who knows what they're going to do? Obviously, with Black Panther 2, the passing of Chadwick. So,
well, they already brought back Michael B. Jordan for something.
Oh, did they? No, I heard they were talks, but I didn't hear anything about that.
I thought they already cast him in it.
Yeah. So, WandaVision it's good, especially the little weird twist. I kind of like to see if the villain is the villain.
Spoiler alert. No, I'm joking.
And then I didn't say anything. Jujutsu Kaisen, I watched that. I'm thoroughly invested now. And I also watched World Trigger. But I would like to say before I get back up to whoever's next, I've been looking at video footage of, or not footage, like video clips of I was reincarnated into a slime or whatever that's called,
Yes.
and it looks great, which is upsetting me once again because y'all be watching that.
Just don't have to say nothing else.
Y'all be
Just
watching
join
that,
the club.
and I just
Exactly. You
don't.
just gotta.
I
Man, we got.
just no. You guys can't be right 3 times. Is my point. So I'm gonna
Join
watch
the
it,
club.
and I will be extremely critical. I'm not even lying.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm gonna watch it, but I am
We're
going to
still
be
gonna hug you
extremely
and
critical.
embrace you.
No. Get off me. Get off me.
And we're gonna
It's just.
let you keep talking and everything.
Yeah, it's just time that man we got taste, dog. That's it. It's
So no. I absolutely cannot accept that reality. So what I'm telling you is I will be the most critical critic you have ever seen in your life because the animation looks great. I just there's a couple characters that I'm just like I haven't started it yet. I saw a couple videos and I was like,
so
it
you
looks
haven't.
good. I was like, it looks good. I don't want to like it. I don't want these niggas to be right 3 times in a row. To me, that means you guys are right all the time now. Now I gotta just trust y'all on everything.
That just means we have good taste. That's all.
Absolutely not. I can't believe
That
that.
part.
I'm sorry.
You said I can't believe it.
Like just because you hate it most of the time of your day.
Listen, JK, you watch too many movies that Creston watches. I can't trust you. Y'all movies overlap way too much.
There's only 2 movies I agreed on. Out of the 1,500 movies, we all agreed on one that we didn't like and we weren't gonna watch.
You go over.
Oh yeah.
You go over to his house regularly and watch movies with him, which is why I can't trust your taste.
Watching what Nicole wants to watch because Nicole take over for him and me.
That is true.
So she's like, oh, what y'all want to watch? Oh, let's watch this. Nah, we ain't watching it. I was like, what the fuck you gonna ask us for then? Shit.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Oh, by the way, it looks like Zuri's hating on Michael B. Jordan in the comments. I just want everybody to know that.
First off, she very salty that she wasn't,
chose
introduced.
You stupid.
Oh, at Howard.
Hey, look, there we go.
Right,
Look like we got enough for HaterCon panel.
HaterCon 2025, baby. I got an MVJ panel if y'all want it.
It's not hate.
You feel like that?
That's
real.
Alexa commercials.
That's real. I hated that commercial so much. I don't know. It something rose up in me when I was watching that commercial. I was like, man.
Spoiler, Maurice.
Spoiler for real. Shit.
It's like, nah,
I actually saw that scene, so it's all good. I watched on YouTube. But anyway, my bad, AJ. I didn't mean to take over.
But yeah, no, that's it. I just don't want you niggas to have any taste. I don't want y'all to be considered tastemakers in the least. So I'm hoping that this slime thing is trash, so I can come back on here and say I knew it. These niggas just got lucky twice.
You're gonna be
Bad
disappointed.
news, man.
Just like Dr. Stone and Fire Force, it's fire.
I haven't watched Dr. Stone either.
Oh,
look, anything y'all tell me to watch, I've been like, these niggas don't talk.
I'm gonna wait and see.
Okay.
Tripping.
Well, you're gonna be disappointed.
I might just be starving for anime. You don't even know, man. I might be desperate right now. A hungry man, everything looks good to a hungry man.
Here this nigga go. He gonna be back in a couple weeks, singing the praises, telling us how he put us on.
He's like, I done seen the light. I'm here.
Nah, if I come back, you know what's gonna happen. Y'all saw the light. I was the one who presented it to you. There's no way I'm gonna admit to you guys showing me anything.
He's got one nigga in the background like, man, that nigga can't do no shit. I don't believe that shit. He that one nigga who saw Jesus walk on water. He's like, man, that shit fake, cuz. That shit fake. I don't believe it.
Oh man. All right. You want to go next, JK?
Sure. So I'll start with shows first. I watched Batwoman, Black Lightning. The show called Resident Aliens on Sci-Fi is actually pretty funny, in a sense. What else I've been watching? Oh, I started watching this that crime scene Sicily Hotel joint on Netflix. about like the disappearance stuff, like at this one hotel in LA? No? Okay. Well, I've been watching that. It's been interesting. Let's see. Anime, of course, Jujutsu Kaisen, pretty much everything AJ was saying. Jujutsu Kaisen getting real good. Real good.
Glad I introduced y'all to it.
Anyway,
You gotta give me my credit.
there is no credit for you. Sorry. Reincarnated Slime, fire, getting good. Attack on Titan, that's getting good too. Shit. There's another anime I've been watching. Oh, Doctor Stone. That's actually getting real. It's actually hyping up for this season. I also what's that movie I watched the other day? Oh, I did watch the Boondocks. I watched the one of the episodes. Can't remember which one it was though. But I just needed some laughter.
Can't go wrong with the Candy Bar episode or the Dodgeball episode. Two
Yeah.
best anime episodes in the history of blackness.
Facts. Especially the Dodgeball episode. But I don't think, that's the best episode to be watching around these times.
Oh yeah.
But, still funny. Video games, been playing Star Wars Battlefront 2. As y'all saw, I demoed Outriders. That shit's actually pretty fun. Been playing. I played this morning 2 games of gun game on Call of Duty, and that shit hard. It's the TTK on Black Ops makes it way different than it is on Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
Like the pistols suck.
Yeah.
So you have to shoot them at least 17 times. Yeah, pretty much empty a whole clip in them to kill them.
I wonder if they have a hardcore variant for a gun game.
They do, because that would make it better. So I played that. It's not bad. I want to try the little Outbreak zombie mode. See how that is.
I'm down for that.
Also been playing Ghosts. I'm close to finishing on that. Pathless. I don't know where I'm at on Pathless. I beat
You're
3 of the 4 of the
literally
beasts.
pathless.
Shut up, nigga. Show lame ass. Damn, made me lose my train of thought with that lame ass joke. I haven't been playing Destruction All Stars really. It's been.
I still haven't downloaded that joint.
You should get it put in your library because it's gonna be $20 in March.
Oh yeah, I got it in my library. I'd rather play
That's the game.
Wreckfest.
Wreckfest. That's the other game we got yesterday. Lost Planet 2. Me and Crescent started that, and we were thrown for words with the controls. We were like, "What the fuck are we playing?"
Terrible.
Oh man!
Literally, to zoom in, you press up on a D-pad.
Yes.
What?
Yes, I was like, "This is terrible."
That's not right.
Who made these controls?
Hey man, that's probably more realistic.
It's Capcom, so it's Capcom made the game, so you know what that means. Controls gonna be all wonky.
Should have been a fighter. That's what it means.
Basically.
I am gonna be getting MK11.
I was like, what the fuck is that?
Martin Luther King 11?
I know, right?
Martin Luther King
that
11.
Hotness.
Man.
DLC.
Yo, can you imagine, dog? Can you imagine if they had a fighting game with all black
civil rights leaders?
NAACP would sue you guys into the ground. Do not.
What if you're black? What if it's created by a black person?
They'll sue us
be like
and they'll slander us all over.
But you make them into like gods or something, right? Everybody got powers and shit. Like, what would Martin Luther King's power be?
Anybody listening, do not do this.
We
right? Do not do this.
I had a joke, but I'm not gonna say it. So we go. What else you been doing, JK? We go move. I tell you, homie, stop streaming.
So Black History Month. We talk about good ideas here, okay?
Yeah, right.
You know, having
No,
doing Black
nigga.
History Month, y'all. Man, look,
This is
if
this is the
we
time to
gone
do it.
from
Said
Negro
this the time to do
History Week to Black History Month. Come on now, like we can think of some shit like
Yeah,
out
we
of the
need to
box.
start
Not that
invading.
shit.
We need to start invading
We'll
March
make
now.
it cool.
We make it cool. Okay, how about survival game at the HBCU?
Oh man!
Wow.
Somebody came out of nowhere with the
The mic drop.
with a haymaker.
Oh, that's
Damn.
at a different level.
Hey yo, all
That
right.
was not needed. Okay, we're gonna swipe
Come
left.
See, I told y'all to move on. Now,
Absolutely, you guys open the door for that kind of foolishness.
That's what I'm saying. I think it'll pay homage.
Polish it a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, make
But,
it cool. Like we always gotta fucking
No, this is not what's that Def Jam game that came out with all the
Def
rappers?
Jam Vendetta.
That
There we go. That's
shit was
good.
dope.
There we
No,
go. There we
that
go.
game,
Right
that
there.
game makes sense because rappers can fight each other and do fight each other on multiple occasions. I don't ever want to see Rosa Parks square off against MLK. I don't want to see it. I'm not into
hey,
it.
you can do it like anime. Make them both, rip the shit.
Exactly. That's
Howard
what
Stevens
I'm
will be the
saying.
main
All
character.
right. And
First
so,
of all, time out.
what were you watching, Preston?
Howard Stevens will be the first ones gone at the HBCU survival, so you can cut that shit out, Missouri.
Damn.
But
Wow.
anyway,
Yeah, they're not that tough.
Yeah, I know.
Oh
But,
shit. All right. What else you been on, JK? Look what the fuck you did.
See, this is your fault.
I'm saying we.
Hey, I love it. I love it. I'm not
This is
gonna lie.
your fault. No, we're gonna be on like Donkey of the Day and whatever other black negative
a black podcast talking about some black shit.
that I don't want any part to this. I had nothing to do with it, black people.
Dog, this is what we made this for.
No, this is not what we
This is not what we
Nigga
signed
said
up
not
for.
we.
That's like saying niggas, yeah, the Titanic was made to run into an iceberg. That's what we did. That's why we took this trip.
How you know it's an iceberg unless you do it? Like this,
Bruh.
You look and you see the iceberg and you say that's an iceberg and you avoid it.
I mean, you right. Sometimes.
Oh shit.
I guess I agree with that. But anyway, I think that's it. Definitely looking forward to Mortal Kombat in April and
The movie, huh?
the movie. Yes, the movie.
When are you getting MK11 so I can beat
So
that?
I can practice
Well,
on you.
I got that.
Oh, you got
You
that too?
got MK11?
Oh,
Mhm.
shit.
On what? Xbox?
Yep.
Damn, that shit ain't crossplay.
It's not.
Mm.
Damn. All right, we'll figure it out.
I got you on PlayStation. So,
Is it on a PS4?
Yeah.
I'm getting the Ultimate Edition. So I can get all the
And you can play PS4 against PS5 because I have no idea about that.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Damn.
Don't look at the chat.
It's too late.
See what's on Game Pass.
Ain't nobody worried about Zay. She just talking trash.
Wow.
She's talking trash.
She was talking trash since first time y'all-
She conveniently disappears. Like conveniently disappears right at when the game's supposed to start instead of being there.
Yeah, that is true. You have been ducking for like, what is it, 9 months now?
She like one of them boxers that talk all that trash, and then when it's time for to make the fight happen, they conveniently missing or they fight somebody weaker. I'm right here. I'm right here, waiting for my opportunity.
Anyway, you're gonna swipe left. Go ahead. Anybody else? I can't think of anything else I've done. So
All right, bet.
I
You
go
wanna
real
go?
quick.
All right, cool.
So I tried to finish the Outer Worlds, but we have a game club meeting tomorrow for just discuss everything Outer Worlds. So I was trying to finish it for this week, but yeah, I didn't get too far. I pretty much got the gist of it. I literally get sleepy when I play that game because it's like you gotta There's a lot of dialogue and this and that,
That's a
and
glowing endorsement, man.
I mean, I actually do like the game. I'll put that out there. I really like the game, but I just got to
Yeah,
be in a.
and
I
helps
got
you
to
get a
play it in.
nice
I got
8
to play it in
hours.
chunks. I got to play it in chunks. I can't just like blast through it because then I'll really just fucking yeah. But so I got a good like 7 to 8 hours into it, so I feel.
I thought you were gonna say 7 or 8 hours of sleep.
Oh no, I wish. I fucking wish, especially these last couple of nights. Man, I'm looking forward,
Bruh.
dog. I'm not waking up till like 1 o'clock tomorrow. Fuck everybody. Like this shit is ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, the Outer Worlds is cool. 7 to 8 hours. I got into it. I got the gist of it. Really tried to max out my character as a gunslinger. So I think I got through as much as I can with that. So I'll probably finish it maybe later this year, but there's a lot of other games I want to play, like Ninja Gaiden 2, which I'm still having a blast with. Game just it's old as hell in terms of like some of the controls, like platforming on there is fucking terrible. Um, the camera is terrible. Shooting bow and arrows is terrible, but the moment to moment like sword play on there is fucking fun. Um,
Oh,
wow,
Maurice, that's cold, man.
wow.
That's cold. It'd
This
be your
man,
own. It'd be your own
it be
chat
your own people, man. I'm
Wow.
peoples.
telling you,
Your own chat peoples coming
own
at you.
people. I'm waiting for this motherfucker to finally stream. We have to like
Raid it and roast
raid
them.
that shit and just raid and roast. That's the
Raid
name
and
of
roast.
the the stream. Um, but yeah, finishing that. I think I have like 5 more chapters on there. So making my way through that. I haven't really watched that much this week, but we have been watching Married at First Sight DC edition. And that is a fucking mess. People on there are ridiculous.
Told you that
The
shit was garbage.
the black couples are just a shame to our fucking you know
Oh
our
no! Did they
people.
try to pit Rosa Parks against Martin Luther King in a cage match?
I mean,
Right?
at least
Nobody
that's
said it had to be in a
interesting.
cage.
I know that's what I'm saying. At least it's interesting. These motherfuckers ain't even interesting.
See,
Uh, what else? Yeah, the couples on there are just like you could just read right through them. A lot of them are real fake. I guess it's pretty indicative of dating in DC. Because
wow.
I've heard like horror stories. I got lucky. I'm be honest. I got super lucky with that. But yeah, like it's like everybody's just like fake. Everybody's like posturing for the cameras and shit. I think there's just literally like one couple that is like down to earth and goofy and shit, but everybody else is just has like a veil on. Um, so yeah, so I'm just binging that as I slave through the work for my job. So finally finished that. And then over the weekend I rewatched Coming to America because I'm trying to get prepared for March 5th.
I heard 2 was terrible. I'm so worried.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard 2 was
It's
terrible.
it's on a bootleg. It's on a bootleg
I'll find it
market.
and I'll send it to you. I'll find the article, I'll send it to you. I heard it was bad.
Correct.
Damn.
That's scaring me. Like I was like, man, this people, I mean,
Is it black critics?
I look, I would only trust black critics. I'm not gonna listen to white people talk about Coming to
Yeah,
No,
America.
no.
exactly.
That would be a
Can sit
mistake.
they can sit that one out. They can when it's a Friends movie
Remake,
or a
reboot.
remake or reboot or continuation, they can have all of the feedback they want. This is not the time for them to speak about a movie. But
I don't like who casted Rachel.
Asher Richmond, goddamn.
they're already doing a Sex and the City remake or continuation. So Maurice,
Damn, how many continuations? Anyway.
that
Yeah.
movie is gonna make them money for the rest of their lives.
Yeah,
That
period.
show.
You talking about Sex and the
Sex and
City
the City,
remake?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're already doing a continuation of that. But
Yeah.
you were saying you watched Coming to America.
Yeah,
Fair
just
for two.
just wanted to watch again. I forgot that there was like nudity in the beginning because I've always watched it on TV. Like it's always
Oh
been
yeah.
like
Yeah, on BET. So
yeah.
so you missed
So it's like
the.
seeing I was like, "Oh shit, there's titties in here. That's interesting." I forgot all about that.
All the
But
black
but
baby.
yeah, it's so yeah, I didn't really watch much this week. It was pretty low key. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. What about you, Carl? What's good with you this week? Sorry, Doggo. For me,
So
we'll get him when he come back.
Mhm.
Been watching World Trigger. Um, that's pretty interesting. I just got to. Oh, is he back now?
think so.
Wait a minute. Hello?
All
Yep.
right, there we go.
Okay, so you guys have been hearing me this whole time. That explains a lot.
Yeah, no, we haven't heard anything you said, Carl. Not like for the last at least half hour. We've
Yeah,
heard
dog. I
nothing.
thought you was
Yeah,
in the
that's it.
bathroom playing the
Yeah.
main one.
So have you been a part of this conversation the whole time? You've been talking and ain't like.
I was trying. I'm like, man, these guys are ignoring me real hard right now.
He's like, nothing's hitting. None of my jokes are hitting. They don't
Right.
even seem to care about my observations.
Hey, stepped on some toes or something.
You missed out on
Wow.
the
Look, my mic has the
MLK
green light on. So I thought
Rosa
I was
Parks.
good.
Oh
Man,
damn.
Damn.
let's go.
We haven't heard shit.
Yeah.
You
Wow.
can blame Jerry.
I did watch a few things this week.
I bet.
I watched some movies, which I haven't done that in a little bit. So I watched Little Things, the Denzel movie.
Oh yeah, what'd you think of that?
Okay, so the meat of the movie is entertaining.
Yeah,
I'm infuriated with the ending.
me too.
Like, yeah, it wasn't him, and who was it? Who knows?
Who
Movie's over.
knows? Yeah, it's just up in the air.
And I was like, okay, well, I'm never getting those 2 hours back. So I was completely peeved about that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess it was entertaining the meat, but I need that bow at the end. I needed some satisfaction. Did not get it. So that ruined it for me.
Yeah, that is a perfect way to describe it. Like all like the meat of that movie was super entertaining. Just like, you
Mhm.
know, Denzel and what's that dude's name? Rami something?
Oh yeah.
Rami Malek.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
His eyes
Leto.
were just bothering me, dude. Like, I'm like,
Like that's the
"Is he
first
a
time you've seen him
rapist?"
because his eyes don't
Yes.
change.
Yes, I've
I
never
was
Oh,
about
you
to say
never seen Mr.
that's Mr.
Robot?
Robot. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I never watched Mr. Robot. But
Mm.
like those, I can't handle those eyes, man. If I saw them in real life, I'd have a problem. Like,
It was
you know,
also
keep the
Fred
conversation short.
Mercury for
Yeah,
Oh
he
yeah,
did play Freddie
did.
Mercury.
That's true.
That makes a ton of sense. That's exactly what he should be doing. That's who he should be playing. A guy like that. But those eyes, I can't handle that. So I was like, okay. At first, I'm like, this guy's dirty. He's a serial killer. Gotta be those eyes. How could he not? But then, not long into the movie, it's like, okay, yeah, it's not him.
He was
Um,
stringing him along.
yeah. I also watched The Craft. So that's that's the closest thing to a scary movie I'll mess with. And the only reason I watched
It's
that
not
is because
scary.
AJ, it's a scary movie. Everybody knows that.
Okay, yeah.
Everybody
Right.
knows that.
Talking about Rachel
Uh,
True and what's her name?
I don't know
Anyway,
these. They're not
the
important
black
enough
chick
for me to know
with
their
the
names.
hair.
With the
you just said a black chick with the hair.
what?
Yeah,
He did
she's
say
always
that.
she's always got the very
Afro.
curly fro in everything she plays in.
You talking about
She switched it up. She
original
she had a
craft?
few styles. No, this is not the original. This is the new
Okay.
one. She
Oh,
had
so
a
you watched
couple
the new one?
styles. Yeah. So I watched the first one. By the way, every movie that has to do with something like that, I always hear of people dying on the set. That's always happened. Like maybe not the main characters, but somebody ends up dying. I
Yeah,
don't know if that happened. Go
that was
ahead.
famous for the Exorcist sets. A lot of there was always like stories of people dying, like filming The Exorcist and shit.
You wouldn't know that.
Same thing with The Crow.
But the Crow was an action movie though. That was just what's his name?
I think it's a coincidence. Dun dun dun.
It happens too frequently. I don't trust it. So I don't know if anybody died on the set of this one, but that was
Probably
kind
not.
of a nostalgia thing why I watched it. And I guess I thought they were gonna do a similar Mean Girls type of job on it, but it went a completely like different direction than the first.
Mm.
So that was a mixed bag. Like I did want to punch the main character a few times in the face, just a couple. Um, but at the same time, it was entertaining. So I'm glad they didn't go the Mean Girls route. They kind of went the girl power route, which that's cool. But so that was good. My wife actually stayed awake for that one. She fell asleep immediately on little things. But that's not an indictment on that movie. She always falls asleep. But she made a point to drink coffee and all that for the other one. I caught up on Dr. Stone.
Yes, sir.
Bow. Bow.
Yes, sir.
Cell phone, baby. Cell phone.
It can't be that good of a
Automobile.
show.
AJ, that sounded like fear right there. That's what it sounded like.
It's not fear.
You scared? You scared to watch it?
It's not fear.
What's gonna happen?
I'm watching these shows. You guys, I'm gonna have my magnifying glass out. I'm sick of it.
Don't be scared to watch it. Don't be scared
Nice.
to watch it.
Scared we actually got some taste over here.
I can't believe that. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
It's just a hater in them.
HaterCon 2025, man. My friends don't have taste. That's gonna be my panel.
Yeah.
We're gonna be
That's
right in
the
the front
keynote, the
row.
opening keynote.
We're gonna be right in the front row. We're gonna have pictures of each anime that you said that was fire.
Facts.
So, I'm having a problem, waiting full weeks for this World Trigger stuff. Like, I'm accustomed to watching, at least 5 to 10 episodes a day, and I'm down to this once a week stuff. And then, a couple weeks back, they didn't even have one. So
Yeah, they skipped a week.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm gonna deal with that. I might have to put a pause on World Trigger just so I could get a more satisfying binge. But I caught up on all the anime. So World Trigger, very pleased with how that's going. I'm curious because there's always every time there's always a moment of adversity. So I'm wondering what is the moment of adversity gonna be, if it's what I think it is, and is it gonna be that bad? Because I gotta believe they can't lose again if they're gonna keep that hope alive as the away team. So I'm curious how the this battle's gonna pan out. Um, freaking Jujutsu. Uh, I don't I don't need to say anymore. Perhaps too ridiculous.
It was good.
It's just,
It was
it's
good.
too ridiculous. Yeah. Okay, so for the second weekend Black Clover, it kind of didn't focus so much on Asta.
That's not good.
It's not bad. I mean, Asta is the G, but it's
In the
not
background, at least, though. Now,
yeah. So,
I was just talking about Black Clover in general, not the fact that Asta's taking a back seat.
That's because
Wow.
your face looks like that.
Look,
And
look, Black Clover is half the reason why I don't trust you guys. Y'all still watching it. You know it's bad.
AJ, to this day, you still haven't suggested a good anime at all.
Look, I don't want to suggest anything to y'all because y'all, it's like casting your pearls to swine, man. I'm not giving y'all this
I
good
know you were
stuff.
gonna use that verse. I knew it.
Wow.
I'm not going to just give y'all this good stuff. But look, I know what's good. But if I give it to y'all, y'all wouldn't know what to do with good stuff. So
we're just gonna cross over this nigga just called a swine.
Look, plebeians, whatever y'all wanna, whatever
You know,
description y'all will take. Yes.
hey, Maurice said teach him
How
anything.
dare you?
Hey, look, Maurice, I'm trying my best, but these people don't listen. They don't listen.
Bruh.
Far less.
You don't talk.
Far less. So who's been super in the background on Black Clover is
The animation
you know,
team.
You know what? AJ, keep that over there. Okay, Black Clover's been on a great streak in your face.
Look, I actually checked in on Black Clover last week. And yeah. It was what I thought it was.
Here we go.
So you checked it on last week. You didn't check it the week before that, or the week before that, or before that.
Look, it was last week a bad week? Because I'm gonna tell you right now. So far, every time I tune into Black Clover, it's a bad week. Why? What's the good weeks? Write them down so I can go watch them. And
I mean, we're on the chat every week. You heard when it was Ultra.
No, I did. I watched it. I watched the whole Yami fighting Dante thing, and I was like, if my eyeballs have to sit through this.
No. You didn't watch when the time skip just happened.
Okay, I'm gonna go back. I am gonna go back and pinpoint that one little nugget in this several hundred episode series.
Just know that that's exactly why your face is like that.
Look, man,
and nobody likes
why
it.
don't they just turn the show into YouTube clips and then I can enjoy it like you guys do?
Bruh. There's no reasoning with this man called. What else you been watching?
Oh gosh. Throat slit right there. Throat slit. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to a re-emphasis on So I think the last time we saw him, he was screaming because most of his comrades got mollywopped and are dead. So I'm assuming at some point he's going to make it to either the Heart Kingdom or at least the Strong Magic region. I feel like stuff's probably going to happen over there. So I'm looking forward to that. What else did I watch? I watched another anime. I don't remember. It's too much. Been going to bed way late. Still getting it in with basketball. Whenever I watch a Warriors game, they're pretty much guaranteed to win. So unfortunately for them, I don't have League Pass because they'd be a top 3 team if I had League Pass. But whatever. Anyway, that's about it.
All right. So I guess it's me. I've been watching this week. I've been watching World Trigger. Still catching up. Um,
Must
spoiler
be
alert if you
nice.
haven't seen the first season these past 7 years. Uh, Jin just gave up his Black Trigger for so they would enlist Yuma, and we about to see what's gonna happen. I mean, he still got that fire ass side effect. I don't know.
Yeah. How does he get beat? How does he lose ever? Doesn't make they've never explained how the other guy and him are rivals.
I have no idea.
I'm trying to figure out how the other guy even he can tell the future.
I mean,
I
but
guess
it's
he can just be
limited.
like,
It doesn't matter though. Like
he can walk in the room. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna lose today." Like,
Facts. Like what?
I just
Like what if
I
that's the
just walk
future you
out.
see?
I just walk out and come back in the next day, and then I wouldn't fight until the day was like, "Oh yeah, this is a win. This is a dub. All right, now I'll fight."
Bruh, this man.
those days are gonna become more and more common if you're never getting it in any practice.
Look,
Facts.
man, I would practice on weaker opponents until and build myself up.
And that's why you won't be A rank. You'd be lucky to
You
make B
can't
rank
get
with that kind
power
of attitude.
elite like that, dog.
Let me tell you something. If you can see the future, you're automatically A rank. Everybody knows
You
that.
said you could-
Everybody
what if
knows
you get
that.
your ass bust?
No, you're not A rank.
Look, man, ain't nobody touching me, man. Watch out.
That's not always true because
But you
homeboy
ain't saving no lives. You ain't saving no lives.
yeah, he did.
Being the dregs of B rank, you're not saving no lives.
This man said in
Get
the
some work in,
dregs.
AJ.
My
Get some
hero who
work
can
in.
see the future.
Yeah. Yeah, Night Eye.
Spoiler alert, but you know,
And he's still
Yeah.
got his chest
if you
pierced.
haven't seen my hero by now,
But that's different. That's different. In that world, like, you know, I mean, if I saw an earthquake happening, it's not like, okay, now I'm gonna stop it.
I'm just gonna
That's kind of what happened to him.
put these tectonic plates back. No problem.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's different.
True. Yeah, Jen is like, he could see the
You
like
can't do
the
that
future
either.
of somebody in front of him or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Maybe
You
they'll
can't
explain it one
snipe
day.
him.
But
You
his
can't
future
snipe
is
him.
even more impressive than the guy in My Hero Academia because
Yeah.
he could see the branches. He could see
Yeah.
alternate futures.
Right. And but the thing is, if you can't snipe him, how can you hit him? Right? A sniper bullet travels way faster than a sword swing. This nigga's dodging. They could not snipe him in that one scene right before he gives his black trigger away, right? He's out dodging sniper. They're like, don't even try to snipe him, just keep him busy. Right? Like
Yeah.
literally that's their tactic is to just put bullets in the way of his movements because he's just gonna dodge them. So if he's dodging sniper bullets, how are you hitting him with a sword?
I mean, there's probably a limit.
You need to
Like,
hit a sword.
he's fighting like 6 people at
No,
one time.
I would love to see this limit. Because the nigga
It's-
does
that
not
guy
get
will
touched.
mollywop him without the black trigger. His guy that competes with him will mollywop
Tachikawa.
him.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
would.
I want to see it because
He got the-
I need to see how it happens.
You said I need to. Hey, it's probably coming up. We'll see. We'll see.
Yep.
I caught up on Kaizen, and that shit is getting crazy. With what's that curse? Hanami.
Yeah,
About
the
to
little
about to
Yeah.
go crazy
Yeah.
on Todo and Yuji. We'll see. Todo talking about he got a technique he about to use. I don't know, dog. But
I need to see.
See the grandpa with
Yeah,
the guitar.
bruh,
oh yeah,
the
that
principal
guitar
with
out
the
the
guitar.
case. That was
Like-
hilarious.
Nobody saw that coming.
No,
No one
like,
was expecting that to be a guitar.
Come on, youngster.
nah. Thought it was some kind of relic. He
Right.
this nigga pulls out an electric guitar, man. I mean, technically it's a relic. It looks like it's from the 80s, but
True.
I was thinking much
That ain't-
older.
Yeah, that ain't the kind of relic nobody thought was coming out of there.
Yeah, I thought carbon dating would have played more of a role in telling how old the
Right.
actual thing was.
Absolutely.
You know that's him playing in the
Yeah, in the intro.
opening.
And then,
Yeah.
get the fuck
At the
out of
end.
here.
I was like, yo, that's the same guitar. That's pretty dope. Anyway,
Damn. Caught up on WandaVision, I think, right? That's I don't know what the hell about to happen. I didn't see that, surprise villain situation coming at all. I definitely thought
The internet did.
oh yeah.
They were talking about that like week 3, and I was like, I'm not gonna read this because I want to see what's going on. Don't pollute my mind.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
necessarily. I don't really care about spoilers all too much, but I was like, I just didn't see the point in like catching up on the show, so I just let it happen.
yeah. I didn't know who the character was. I had to look her up first. Look them up first.
I still don't know who they are. I'll have to do a little research. We'll see.
I'm not doing no research.
True.
I'm
Fuck
not doing
around.
homework for a TV show. Just
I'm
go enjoy
saying.
it.
You got a point.
I was just curious of the person.
Oh, okay, got you.
And because
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't know any other people like this, and I was like, okay,
No, there's a ton of them in that universe.
there's
Gotta
a ton.
be.
That's why that universe is better than the DC universe for movies, because you can just keep pulling niggas.
Yep. Watch this movie called Palm Springs on Hulu.
Oh, that's a hilarious movie.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that
That
about?
is a,
It's bruh. So the nigga
It's like
from Brooklyn Nine-Nine,
Andy Samberg and Kristen
yeah,
Milioti are the main characters.
stuck in a time loop.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
It's good.
Is this Palm Springs, California, or Florida?
I think it's Cali because there's mountains.
Yeah, and there's too much
There's like a
desert.
desert. Yeah.
Yeah, it's too much desert.
I thought it was Nevada.
There's a Palm Springs, Nevada. Fuck if I
Don't
know.
listen, man. You don't know
That's
nothing.
a lie from the pit of hell. There's no natural palm trees in Arizona or Nevada.
Well, like they were at a resort in the middle of the desert, so like,
I
and
mean,
he
that
said,
could be.
I mean,
it could be,
It could be California, and then they drive to Nevada.
coming
right,
back
it
from
could be
that.
California.
you could
You
say up
say
is
no.
down. You're right. You can.
Because he said he was like 2 hours from Vegas or something like that.
Yeah, you can drive to.
But
It's
that's
not far.
yeah,
They're
that's Cali.
they're bordering states.
That's how far LA is from Vegas, isn't it? 2 hours?
Not LA, probably Dago.
Like 4 hours.
4 hours. I don't know.
It's closer.
It was something like that. I don't know, but
Yeah.
The distance from DC to New York is about 4 hours.
yeah, it definitely is. Took a bus there. That shit was long.
It'd
To
probably
New
be
York?
half.
Yeah.
It'd probably be half that if it wasn't for traffic.
Yeah.
Hey, it could be like a quarter of that if we, get that maglev popping.
I'm
Hyperloop.
saying. Don't get me started on that. I'm in the wrong fucking country.
You know how he is with his triangle.
Hit up Elon. See what he's talking about.
I heard they were doing manned
Hyperloop.
hyperloop tests down there not too
Uh-oh.
long ago.
Yeah, they do that. I don't want to be turned into jelly. So let's
That's
Nah,
what
I'm
I'm saying, dog. This
I'm gonna wait till they done
There's gonna be
testing.
a lot of
Have
casualties.
you ever seen what
that.
concussion force does to a human body? I mean, your entire body becomes jello.
Why would you have concussion force?
I don't know. You're moving at that speed. I don't know. G forces like that. I just imagine my body turning into jello moving at those speeds.
Yeah.
No,
Be
speed.
blood
Be like a
splash.
human
Speed
go-gurt.
speed doesn't kill, guys. Acceleration kills.
Okay, yeah, and those things are
Acceleration.
happening. Those things are happening simultaneously when it comes to those kind of
But it's a
trains
slow
or
acceleration. It's not a rapid acceleration.
All you gotta do is just accelerate over like 5 minutes. Then
Yeah.
it's not a big deal.
Yeah. You space it out. It's
That's
less.
5 minutes wasted. We gotta get up to speed fast.
Nigga, I'm trying to
See,
get
nigga
there.
gonna be-
You get on that.
You
You
defeat
get
the
on
whole
that one,
purpose.
Preston.
You want to
You
get
get on that
What'd
one.
you say?
You can get on that one. I'll go
Bruh.
on the other one.
I'll go on the 5-minute ramp up first. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Wait for some other people to test it. So I've been playing some Cold War. I'm still having a lot of fun with it actually.
Playing what?
Still
I'm sorry, I missed it.
Cold War, the new Black Ops. That's been pretty good. What else? Oh, and I'm almost done with the Outer Worlds. I got maybe 1 or 2 missions left. And it's been going pretty good. So like there was one point at which I just started shooting niggas and it just became very difficult to explore any other outcome because they hated me and they was like it's on site, fuck this nigga. And there was nothing I could do. I would leave the planet and shit, or not leave the planet, but leave the town, leave the area, and come back, and they was like, nah, nigga, it's still fuck you. Like, so I just ended up murdering everybody through the end. So I have kind of no idea what happens after where you got to break into the Halcyon building. I didn't have the money to bribe the guard, so. And I didn't know what else to do. I was like, yep.
So you killed. Okay.
So I killed the nigga.
I should have did that with that girl, that lady that had the it was a key that you needed to get to one of those planets. I forget.
Oh,
You
to
know what I'm
get
talking
to land
about?
on Monarch. Yeah.
Yeah, cause dog, like actually running through Monarch, like I was getting fucked up. I was like, okay, I just need to run, cause I just wasn't. I don't know if I wasn't like leveled up enough or what, but I should have killed that lady and got that key.
So you landed at
Actu-
Cascadia?
I ended up, yeah, I ended up landing there, but I didn't land exactly at the in the city, so
Yeah,
I had to
no.
like I landed outside of it, and I had to like go.
Yeah, they was
Cause
waiting
it
to fuck
gives you
your
that
ass up.
warning. Yeah, they give you that warning. It's like, oh, dangerous. I was like, oh fuck. Okay, let me try my fucking gunslinging skills. But nah, that they were not having that shit.
No.
I barely made it. But yeah.
So this is random. So that means you guys didn't hear me on the intro.
No.
Wow,
Mm-mm.
that just occurred to me.
we didn't we didn't hear none of that.
Did you
I mean, I was like, "What's going on, guys?"
Yeah,
And then
no.
I'm like, "Dang, like the Greedo kind of cut me short a little bit." It's like had a tough day.
my my bad, Carl. I was like,
Yeah,
damn, I
That's
we
guess.
definitely
hilarious.
didn't hear anything.
No, I was
Wow.
like, well, he probably, fixing his mic. Had to go to the, I don't know, on daddy duty something. So I was like, all right,
Yeah.
we
I
just
thought
go
I was
continue.
good to go.
No, man. That was crazy. Um, unfortunate. But I think that's it. The Outer Worlds is, I don't know. We gonna see what happens. I'm gonna explore some of these dialogue trees. And see what they're talking about. I'm curious, definitely about the, like I said, the ending, because from like the fifth to last mission on, I just like murdered everyone. So we'll see what they say, see what they offer me, and
I endorse it.
see, see what
Murder
happens with that.
everybody.
This man murder everybody. That's it.
Uh-huh.
Um. So yeah, I
You
think
want us to watch the movies so we can become
bruh,
like you.
bruh.
Hey, y'all missing out on some good cinema.
I'm gonna have to
Anyway, trying to be like
disagree with you there,
that.
champ.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, man. You can keep that cinema. That's how
So
you
we
know
gonna
it's not good when somebody gotta call it cinema. You gotta give it a fancy
right
name.
embellish.
Yeah, it's cinema.
No,
No,
it
it's
ain't.
not cinema.
It ain't that. Oh, all right. So couple things going on. Anthem's
Rest in
redesign their
peace.
next 2.0. That shit is dead. It's done. They killed it. It's over.
I mean, I felt like that when the last time y'all played that shit. I was like, man, they gotta put this game out of its misery. That shit was just, it was so painful watching y'all play that game. I mean, it was so
I
broke.
I had hope. I had high hopes, obviously. And it was like, oh, they're fixing it. It's about to be. I'm expecting a comeback, like Destiny or Division or
I knew EA wasn't about that life. I was like, man, they gassing us up with this shit. They just
yeah.
want to get like the extra, what's that shit like $10 now? Like, they're just trying to get people to like an impulse buy, get the impulse buy money. Like people disappointed with Cyberpunk. Maybe they feel better about about Anthem now.
Right.
Since that was such a fucking a clusterfuck.
Do they have a large cross section?
Nah, but just like
Just
in
like,
terms of
yeah,
a
who's getting
failed game.
pressed?
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
it's like
being
we're
a
not
fucking
as
failure.
bad. We're not as bad as them. So
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
ain't them
pick
niggas,
pick
so
pick us up in the store.
yeah,
Exactly. Um,
that
but yeah,
shit's cool.
rest in peace. Like I said, like I hope that they reuse a lot of those ideas that they had. Just use like put some of that stuff in the next Mass Effect, right? Like, was there flying in Mass Effect before? Like, did they? I don't know how they would do it, but I mean, shit is you can do whatever in that genre, basically, right?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, use that shit. I mean, it's a good game at its core. It's just they just had no vision for it. And then I think if it was just a purely single player game, something that they could have, really kind of built out the narrative and the world a bit more. I think it would have been people that love that game, but the fact that it had to be a service, a live service, that's what I feel like kind of fucked it up
Yeah.
because it had no hook.
No, I
So
didn't. It was super. The world was beautiful. It's fun to fly around, but there was just really nothing else.
yeah,
Um, so it is what it
rest in
is.
peace.
Uh, rip, rip,
We all
rip.
knew this day was coming, but goddamn.
Yeah. Um. So the president has said he's gonna that he issued he signed an executive order to like investigate how to like alleviate this chip shortage. I
Biden gonna
so
save us, y'all.
I mean GameSpot is framing it
Or
as like it's gonna benefit consoles and stuff, but the other stuff I read sounds like the automakers are
Military
lobbying
cut.
real hard to be like prioritized, to be put like at the top of the list for niggas who getting chips next. So I don't, and he's talking about trying to bring stuff back stateside, not be so reliant on importing whatever, whatever. I don't know how that's gonna actually work.
He's a politician. That shit
That's
is
that's it.
like maybe 25% of that's gonna be true.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
theoretically, there is something he could do.
Hmm.
Like, if he's like, okay,
he
like,
said
look,
Biden wants a PS5 too.
hey,
True
I
shit.
mean,
Probably do.
he's an American. He wants an Xbox. Thanks.
American.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
true though.
done.
That would, if it came down to it, it's Microsoft, American
He's not,
company.
he's not no
Like,
American.
I'm
Yeah,
trying-
he has to do that for the PR.
But so I'm sure we have like a trade agreement with Korea, right? So if he's like, look, hold on to this 5 billies, prioritize America real quick.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah, but
that
they
could
probably say
theoretically
we don't reset IOUs. You know y'all broke.
yeah. Who's
Nah,
broke?
all we gotta do is start them with like, oh,
Uh
we'll set them North Korean motherfuckers on you.
I
Say
mean,
that.
look, like we could pull some strings. We're the reserve currency and we got the nukes. Don't forget that. So let's make these chips flow. Thanks.
Reserved to the new.
But like I think silica is like one of the most abundant resources on the planet. There's no reason we shouldn't be making that here.
Well, they're saying that
There is a reason.
you need like some you need rare earth metals and stuff like that, and I mean China is the number one place to get that type of shit right now. Like there's a mine in Cali, I want to say, but like China is the big player there.
So you're saying China has like a bunch of rare earth metals within its borders, and so that's why it's like because so the main chip maker for automotive industry isn't from China. It's I think it's TSMC. Uh, forgot what that stands for, but
I forgot to. Yeah, and I
um,
mean they're not in China,
Taiwan. Okay,
but
Taiwan. No,
Taiwan
technically it
is
is. Taiwan
yeah,
is technically China. So Taiwan's
Especially if you
Don't
ask
let them
China.
hear that.
Especially
especially if you ask China.
if you ask China, Taiwan is
yeah.
definitely China.
Ask anywhere else, it's I don't know.
Taiwan's like we're Taiwan. China's like no, you're China.
Calm down, relax.
You're China. We're letting you think you're just a rebellious teenager. You're in that rebellious stage. You want to act like your room is your house. Go ahead, you can do that. But guess what?
He's like, y'all
Right,
niggas don't
put
know.
up the keep out sign. It's okay.
Yeah. But
But
still China.
I'm taking the hinges off these doors though, so you know what you're doing.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
Bruh.
China's not in a rush to do that because that could really spark something. So
Yeah.
it's interesting, but um, I mean, isn't most of these rare earth metals in
The
Mother Africa?
motherland.
Let's go. I mean,
Yeah, but
would it
white
be the
people
worst
already
thing in the
owned all
world
those
to?
mines, though.
Yeah.
So they've
So
they
what's
probably
the?
already.
This is my point. What's the problem? Either give some love to the motherland and
The white
make
people
that
that
supply
own that
chain
stuff.
more
Yeah, they
robust,
they pillage.
or leverage the companies that's already raping.
And yes, China is buying a lot of Africa's resources. They're coming over there and they're like, "Hey, we'll help you with
Absolutely.
your like." They everybody's going to
Nuclear
Africa.
highway.
Yep.
Everybody's headed to Africa.
China is buying the third world.
Yeah,
All
Yeah.
of Africa, all of the Caribbean, and Latin. They're in all of that.
Yep.
They're making something to compete with the Panama Canal.
Yep.
They're doing it all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're trying to secure their future, unlike
Absolutely.
America.
I know China's big, definitely big in Jamaica,
yeah.
Bahamas, and
Th- uh, every third world country China's pushing, every single one of them. Like
Mhm.
Jamaica is important because that's shaping up to be like the logistics hub for the Caribbean.
mm-hmm.
Um, Latin America for trade, like I said, they're trying to do the thing to compete with the Panama Canal to like cut out the America interest in the Panama Canal.
Mhm.
So they're trying to own the world
Oh,
like the
Yeah.
West
absolutely.
did.
Basically.
So yeah.
Yeah. So, uh, I guess we'll see what happens. We'll see what all is held up and who gets what. I mean, auto auto lobbyists already, fucked
You
up
don't need no chips. Don't nobody want y'all
infrastructure.
cars.
Like, dog, we can we get some, I'm saying, sustainable cross country shit. Like, y'all done already fucked up trains, and they're like, come on,
Can we get some
come on,
Negative,
actual
sir.
relax.
high-speed rail in this goddamn
Exactly.
country?
Can we
That's
get
a
some?
negative, sir.
Nah,
That's
niggas,
some.
not
Automakers
unless
are not gonna
Ford.
let that happen.
Yeah,
They're
Yeah,
really
that's
they
the
not.
reason.
That's why.
automakers in the oil industry have stopped innovation for
Absolutely.
decades.
They
They've
are
been
not
like,
with the
"What?
But
shits.
they're
Yeah,
We
going out
that's
of
A
business
car that runs
anyway.
on hydrogen? Kill
Nah,
that
nigga.
man."
Kill it. We don't want that. Get
No,
out of
kill
here.
that man.
You
Kill the man who killed the man who has the
God
idea.
damn.
Because if
God
for
you
the
kill the plan, the
audacity.
man could go somewhere else and do it again. Kill
damn.
him and cover
Plan
it
just
up.
disappears.
He said, cover it up, bruh. All right, we can put a pin in that. But so Australia has been doing some like landmark shit down there. They um have passed a law requiring Facebook and Google to pay news outlets, like local news outlets, for their content. Like in order to display it. So like how you go on Google and I don't know, you got your little homepage and it'll have some, I don't know, some relevant shit. Like they gotta, if you are in Australia, they have to pay that news outlet for that content now. And in addition to that, they have to like alert media outlets when they change their algorithms in ways that change what stories get displayed.
Hmm.
And so that is super interesting.
That's
And
crazy.
Microsoft is not, Microsoft doesn't have a dog in that fight because they don't have that same kind of reach with as far as news. But they was like, hey, we all for this shit. And they're in Europe right now trying to like,
That's
get
short-sighted
Europe
on
on board.
Microsoft's part. That's short-sighted because I mean, I guess they're, maybe they're waving the white flag a little bit on Bing,
Oh,
but
absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
but but they didn't shut it down yet.
No, but
So,
look what they did. Bing is they're gonna do the same thing they did with Bing that they did with IE. Like they gave up and they have a Chromium browser now.
yeah.
Yeah.
they're, they're like, look, we
Not only that
yeah.
have that, they're forcing you to
See,
to upgrade to the Chromium one.
hey man,
Yeah.
use that Chromium browser.
They're forcing it.
I
But
so why you think it's short sighted, Carl?
because
This
like depending on how the law depending I mean, Xbox is awesome. Take that. Um, but depending on how the law is written, right? If you
Mhm.
have if you have a search engine, that could be considered, oh, you sharing their content. If you have a website, if you have a website and you link to somebody's page on your page, or you have a screenshot of somebody's website on your page,
Mhm.
that could be considered, oh, you're
S-
using somebody's content and you could be charged. It just depends on how the law is written.
That's not how it is. So right now, it's specifically like Facebook and Google are the named targets. Like these are the
That can't.
people who
That can't. I
I'm
mean, I don't.
telling. Read
So
that shit.
I get no, no, no. I'm not saying they didn't write the law like that, right? Like,
Hmm.
and countries could have their laws however which way. But that sounds absurd, right? Like a law like that wouldn't be constitutional in America. But it's not America, so who knows?
I
But
mean,
that's crazy.
I don't. Why, so what would make it unconstitutional? I guess. And I mean, this is. I mean, not like I'm a fucking scholar of the Constitution, but I can't, at this point, see how it would
There
be.
aren't any rights technically.
Because that's
On
that's
what?
discriminatory. They would have to word it in a way that either targets an industry or something. You wouldn't be able to. The only the only time I've ever heard of exceptions to that is when companies try to get tax breaks from the state.
Hmm.
They'll actually write statutes that list a company that says, "Hey, they have this tax exemption." But as far as like penalizing a particular company, because in America, businesses are have the same rights as people, right?
That's
So
true. Okay.
so so companies can claim discrimination. So you wouldn't be
Are
able
you
to write a
Hold
law.
on. Wait. Hold the fuck up.
Yeah.
So
I
you
don't see
telling
that.
me the FCC couldn't be like, hey, you niggas can't just be displaying whatever you want. Like if
Again, but that's an entire industry. You can't call out a particular company for
I
your
got you. I
rules and
see. I see what you're
regulations.
saying. I see
Yeah,
what you're saying. Still very
that'd be
wild.
like, all right, everybody, the speed limit is 55. AJ, you better go 45. If I see you going 55,
Yeah,
like,
you wouldn't be able to do that.
yeah, they can't
Uh
they can't do that to me.
America disappoints me. Ev-
Yeah.
Just at every turn.
Yeah.
Because to me, this is like incredibly useful. This way, like Facebook, Google can't like just base. They don't. They with this. I feel like this is a step in the direction of them not being able to dictate what kind of news a given person receives, which is like major,
Yeah.
major. Like that's informs that person's worldview and everything like that. Like,
So, so if they could if they could target the law so sharply on these two companies,
hmm
which which I can't help but feel some type of way about. But if they can do that, then that avoids that whole slippery slope, and then that's probably better.
yeah.
Um, but at the same time, if other countries, namely the countries in Europe or the EU itself, don't pass something like this, the answer is simple. They're just gonna be like, okay, deuces.
I mean, they tried that. They tried to strong arm. What I'm saying, Australian state houses.
No,
That there
but they
was.
can just leave Australia. They can be like, all right,
Yeah,
you can't
it's not a
reach, you
big
can't
enough
use
market.
Facebook in Australia.
Yeah, I mean, they tried that. They threatened that. They blocked Facebook in Australia for like a day or two, and like, I mean,
No, no, no. I'm saying it. So I'm certain Google and Facebook is going to litigate this. Let's
hmm
say they've exhausted the appeals process
hmm
and there's nothing they could do. If I'm Facebook or Google, I'm just going to leave that country because they're not that big to where it's really going to impact my business. Now, if the EU does similar stuff and spots in Asia, and then you're talking, now there's no way for you to go. Now you got to deal with it. But if they could keep it as a one-off and it's just Australia, it's those Australian users that gets the L because they're
I
just
mean
gonna
that's
leave.
true, but
But so if
Mark says
they
Google.
better be lobbying the other countries. If you're
Uh,
Australia, you better be talking to prime ministers all over the world and see what you can make happen because
yeah,
you're not big enough to really affect Facebook or Google by yourself.
true. That's true. I let me see. Mark said, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Google and Facebook already reached agreements with news agencies in Australia. Google did it before the law came into play. Facebook tried to play hardball. I remember that. And ended up
Of
making
course they
deals.
did.
Yeah.
Of course they played hardball.
Of course. Like they tried to like block. I forgot. It was some fucking goofy ass shit. They ended up blocking some of their own content or some shit like that. I was like, how the fuck? So
This is sort of a tangent, and we don't have to go down this road. But I did hear, just because we're talking about Google and Facebook,
yeah, yeah,
Google fired some other AI person
yeah. They did. They
who's
fired
try,
the
who's
woman
trying
who
to
was
stand up for the chick.
investigating. Yep, the woman who was investigating what
Something's
happened
going on.
with like
The
the black
AI is
superstar
running
at
that
the
country.
cyst.
I mean that company. It's running that
It's
company.
the AI at the top. The AI is like, nah, player, you can't,
Skynet has been on for years, guys. It's just
bruh.
smarter than the movies.
All right, we gonna put a pin in that. We gonna put a pin in it.
That's
Um,
crazy.
so Comcast is trying to expand that horrible shit that they have forced on Carl to the Northeast and
And I
have
will do.
been the broadband caps, the data caps,
Man, Starlink coming for you, baby. I'm signed up. I
bruh.
can't wait. Homeboy, try that.
Get up out of there. Yeah, no, I feel. I
Oh,
mean, I don't have Comcast, but it's like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like,
It's like
you,
people already don't fuck with them like at all,
Yeah.
but they
That's why
just, I
they.
mean,
That's why they
they
own
don't
media.
care.
They
Yeah,
own media. Like that's what they. That's why they diversified. They
they
own.
take your choices away.
Yeah, they
They're
yeah.
own half of the
forcing
entertainment.
themselves in your wallet.
exactly. And then like
Like,
the shit we
you
talked about
want
before,
internet?
they're yeah, small municipalities try to roll their own, and Comcast sues they ass into oblivion. They couldn't get nothing federal
Yep.
passed,
Absolutely.
so they go state to state, town to town, and like sue their ass out of town. And it's just like so
And when they can't sue
fucked
them out
Wait.
of
up.
town, they buy the politicians and get those laws out
Get
of
it killed.
So
Yep.
so let me ask you. Could states create their own, right?
there.
Without
Absolutely.
like, can Comcast stop that, or is it just when like
They'll
a
sue
small
them.
company try? So they sue the actual
They sue the
state, not.
township. The township.
So
Oh,
whoever does it, whoever does,
Yeah.
so if I've never heard of a statewide
Yeah.
initiative, but rest assured, if a state tried to do it, they absolutely would sue. There's no question. But the municipalities have tried to do it, and the
that
main ones
doesn't.
to do it are the small towns.
That's how I
Mhm.
know I don't know anything about the law, because that doesn't make any sense.
It
It's like,
makes no
nigga,
sense.
you can only buy from us. It
That's it.
sounds like the old Italian mob stories where they like walk into your
I
store and
mean,
start breaking
It's
stuff,
a
and then
it's
they're
a
like,
frivolous suit. They don't
Basically.
have the money to stand up to it, so
exactly.
they just have to bow out.
So all right. So a
Cheaper to
lot. What
not
I've
do it.
read a couple of times. My bad, Carl.
No, go ahead.
What I've read a couple of times is basically that they come in there and they're like, well, the local government can't get involved because that's anti-competitive, and
nigga,
they,
your business, what you
but
call
their
it?
business is a
That's
free market business. You know what I mean? And they're like, oh well, if the
is it.
government gets involved,
That's
then
their
we
entire
can't.
business strategy is to be anti-competitive. Like
Absolutely,
they go out
absolutely.
of their way to like
Like I
annihilate.
said, they would never be able to stand up in court, is they just don't have the money to keep fighting that. So
Yeah.
it would be easy to defend if they had the dollars to fight. Budget's
No.
already tight.
No.
So
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's that. Um,
Starlink.
listen, I got, I got FiOS right now. They start talking that bullshit. Okay, I'm gonna be the first
Yeah.
motherfucker signed
No
up.
bull. I'm waiting for them to start fucking around.
See that in the
Like, what
mid-Atlantic
you?
though, there's
Don't make
like
me call
options.
Elon right now. What the fuck you talking?
Like when I was in Delaware, I had Comcast, I had FiOS. I think what was that other one? Frontier. I think Frontier was
Mm-hmm.
an option. Like you had legit three options of, decent speed internet. That
Not
is
today.
ultra rare. Like Mid-Atlantic has it the best, except for like Silicon Valley. Like Silicon Valley and Mid-Atlantic probably has like the best internet in the country. But I'm in Florida.
Hey, come back up to the Mid Atlantic.
That's it. You gotta come to civilization, baby. You can't be down there in the
Yeah.
boonies.
Nah, man, that state tax is too high, man.
Not
It's true.
Delaware doesn't have that much
Yeah, they're only 3%.
But nobody wants to live in Delaware, so that's
Hey, you can live by the beach. There's
You
beaches
could.
in Delaware.
there's
There's some
no
nice parts.
there's beaches in Delaware, or there are lakes.
Nah,
Oh,
there's
there's a
beaches.
beach. It's coastal.
Rehoboth Beach. Those it's really it's actually really nice.
That's
One
what
of
they're
the
known for. Yeah.
vacation spots.
Yeah.
There's
So I
no
mean, you
way
could do that.
there's no way
It's
that is
more
an
more beaches
enjoyable
than
beach.
Tallahassee could even dream of.
Look, Tallahassee.
Damn,
I'm
bruh.
not. Look, ain't no niggas trying to fight for Tallahassee and beaches.
Yeah.
Anybody's ain't saying nothing about Tallahassee and beaches. If you're coming to
Hey,
Tallahassee for
hold up.
beaches, you will be extremely disappointed.
Maurice said it's worth paying taxes to get out of Florida, bruh.
I'm saying.
It's
Look,
true.
man.
My taxes were only like between 100 $150 when I was in Delaware, so that's not bad.
Hey. All right.
First
So
of all, I've never seen anybody build a vacation to Delaware for beaches, or I've never seen any ads or like anybody trying to sell beach houses in Delaware, which is how I know that their beaches suck.
Why
that's
would
'cause
you
you
try
live
to
in-
you
sell
don't need the beach
Floridian
anyway.
beach houses in Delaware? Of course, you're not going to see that.
No, I'm saying you don't even hear about Delaware beaches.
But you're
But
in
you're in
You hear
Florida.
about
No,
You get
them.
all the
you hear
all the
about Florida beaches.
propaganda.
No, you hear about you hear about Florida. I didn't live in Florida my entire life. I've lived all
Floridian
over the
agenda.
U.S.
Look,
You hear about Florida beaches everywhere. You do not
No,
hear
all you
about
hear about
Delaware
is
beaches
Disney World.
anywhere.
Maui is known
You
for
hear about
beaches.
Miami Beach.
You don't
That's
hear
about
about
it.
Florida, Maui beaches in Florida.
And the Keys.
Look, I've lived both in Hawaii and in Florida, and I've heard of Florida beaches in Hawaii. I've never heard of Delaware beaches.
That's only because it's $1 trillion to live in Hawaii.
Look,
Like nobody can afford that crap.
what I'm telling you is ain't nobody going to the beach in Delaware. It's not even a state where you can wear beach clothes for long. You got 2 weeks. You got 2 weeks to
Hey,
wear
Those
beach
are
but-
clothes.
glorious 2 weeks, AJ.
all right. So here's the draw, right? It's not like it's a world famous beach. The draw is that it's not Florida and there's a beach. You know, you get those two things together.
Yeah, it's not
Look, you know what? You can say a lot of things like that. I mean, I can take a lot of things if you want to start. I can take a lot of things. It's like hepatitis. It's not cancer, and you might be able to live with it.
Bruh. All right. Oh man. All right. So earlier this week, Activision is talking about a 500 gigabyte PS4 may no longer fit
they don't
Warzone,
respect
Black
anything.
Ops, and Modern Warfare, and it's like
One game?
How?
3 games.
What is in that? I'm trying to figure. Like I'm telling you, it's all them goddamn skins.
Dog, and it's
Telling
like
you.
it's not even like you're gonna
Spyware,
have
that's what it is.
4K
They don't take your
textures
data.
on everything. Like what the fuck? What's going on?
I think they're doing it as to be anti-competitive. So if that's one way to keep them in the ecosystem. So if you download their game
Mm-hmm.
and you're tempted to play another game, the opportunity cost is too great.
Yeah. That's a good point.
They keep you playing that game. I think that's all it is. They probably a couple gigs of
As
just
I'm sure that they
empty
could shave
data.
that shit down. I'm
Bro,
sure
they
that
have to be able to make it small. There's no way.
It's like, come on now.
They getting their Comcast on, like Carl said.
Hardly ever.
Yeah, no bull.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Trap.
What were you saying, Carl?
And I'm just saying they're trying to keep you trapped.
Yep. That Warzone money is too good.
Who needs who needs 2 Call of Duty games? I still don't even understand that.
I mean, we still play Modern Warfare.
Y'all still play Modern Warfare? And how drastically different is Black Ops from Modern Warfare that you need both shooters?
Well, it's from a different studio. It's definitely a different look and feel, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a different engine. Like, but usually it is like every year. Usually it is pretty much the same because they use the same engine. But this is the first time where they've rebuilt the engine for Modern Warfare. But I think Black Ops uses the older engines that they use. So this is like the first time where it's like actually a little different. But I mean, Modern Warfare was so good. We really didn't need Cold War this year. Like really honestly did not need that shit. That shit could have waited. And then honestly, like this shit was broken. This shit was broke.
It was.
for a long time, and nobody was really talking about it because Cyberpunk was like more
Everywhere fucked up.
offending. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Providing
but
everybody covered.
yeah.
And niggas
So
was doing shady stuff and just getting away with it. They're like, man,
Yep.
hurry up,
Crashing
Cyberpunk
niggas.
is, and these niggas keep messing up. Then they get hacked. It's
and that
like
was the
they
thing.
just
Like it
keep
was like
messing up.
crashing whole systems and shit.
Bruh. Oh,
Like that shit was like
It never stopped
terrible.
glitching the whole
uncalled
time
for.
I was playing it. It never did. There's several times where I'd have to like restart a game because like one of the like overlays for like the messaging system or the HUD stuff would just like get
Damn.
blocked.
Crashed out.
Like yeah, you would get like a message from somebody, and then like sometimes their face pops up in a window, like in the corner of the screen. Sometimes just wouldn't stuff like that wouldn't go away. So it's like
Damn.
you're running down the street and they're still like there in your view, and you're like, and there's
Why are
nothing you
you
can
here?
do. Yeah, it's like you could go on another mission. You could literally teleport from or transport yourself from one side of the map to the other through the little transport system, which has a loading screen. And you come back and you still got that person in your in your view. Like the only way to stop it would be to save the game and then restart the game from that save.
Damn. And let's see, that's crazy. Um. So, like, real quick. Apple's M1 Max are apparently like maxing out the SSDs. So, like, in 2 months, they've written more data than they would have in like a year. And so it's like more data than they're rated to to write in like a year. And so I don't know. It's looking like in a couple of months or maybe next year we're gonna have a lot of and like so these the SSDs on these new ones on the new Mac laptops are soldered in. They're not easy to replace. They're not user serviceable really. I mean not any anybody who can I
SSD
mean
soldered in?
solder. Yeah, they're soldered in. Um,
Wow, that's crazy.
yeah. So, I mean, if you can solder, obviously you can probably give it a shot. But like for most people, this is not a user serviceable part, and so it's like, what what are y'all gonna do about this? Like people
Not buy
about
it
to,
till they get
you said not
till they
buy.
get that 16 inch.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the shared mem design.
I don't trust my soldering skills to do.
Yeah,
You can't buy soldered hard drive or SSDs. That sounds
I,
absurd. You can't do that. I didn't know that.
Isn't that what
mm,
like isn't that standard
No,
Apple shit with
they'll do
the last
soldered
few years?
RAM. Soldered
yeah,
RAM is one thing, but not soldered like
SSD.
storage. That's
yeah.
crazy.
I
Mm.
mean, so right now it's just the MacBook Air and the 13-inch Pro. I don't know, like if I feel like that's a deal breaker for like the bigger Pro. Like for portability and shit like that, okay, maybe. For people who really, really need that, might be willing to make that trade off.
I I have to think if they do that for the larger one,
Yeah.
I can't participate in it. That's
Exactly.
crazy.
Can't endorse that right there.
Nah, you
Nah, I feel
need to
you.
be able to swatch out
I
storage.
feel you.
That's
Yeah. So
crazy.
we gonna see. It seems like there's gonna be some fallout from that, pretty soon. But speaking of Apple, these niggas have like gotten Valve subpoenaed in their court case with Epic. Basically they're trying to make their case. I guess that like everybody takes fees, whatever, whatever. They have asked Valve for detailed records on games that were sold, on and then they want them to break it down like who got what from the price that was paid. Like what part did Valve take, what part did the developer get, what part did
Yeah, they
all this,
snitching.
bruh. And they want them to
It's
go back like I want to say like several years.
that's like telling your mom,
Yeah.
blah blah was there too, and getting their mom and getting them in trouble with their
Mm.
mom.
Basically, basically. And so Valve was like, bruh, this is not. This
This
is
has why
ridiculous.
you
This
yeah,
ain't
why
got
you
nothing to
sending
do with me, man.
yeah.
I'm not even in this. And
Leave me
like
out of this.
the crazy thing is that they were like, this is not a small undertaking. They're asking for, like not classified, but I don't know another word for classified, like information and like this like privileged information. This shit is not. This is this will put an undue strain on us. And the judge was like, yeah, that's true, but then signed the order anyway. And so they have until they have until March 4th to comply. I don't know. Maybe they're gonna get out of it somehow.
Hey man, that's why Valve needs. Valve has lawyers, man. That's why you do it. That's the
Yeah,
whole reason you make sure you got lawyers.
that's facts.
Because you got cold
I,
pieces like Apple that just want to walk out here and drag
bruh,
everybody into their lawsuit.
I couldn't believe that shit.
They trying to share the legal load. That's what it is. They're like, this is.
Absolutely.
They're
Trying to
like,
spread it
look,
around.
and they're like,
Yep.
look, man, let's. There's a lot of other people in this game doing the same thing, and if I'm
Drag
gonna pay
Microsoft
for
in
it,
there.
Facts. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
don't know. And speaking of Epic, they talking about they had that loot box class action a while ago. And they talking about paying niggas in V-Bucks, which is Fortnite
if it's
money.
not crypto, if it's not cryptocurrency, I don't want to hear about no
No.
digital currency.
They
Like,
talk
nigga, you
about
talking about
they talk about paying niggas in Fortnite money.
pay me in Bitcoin. You try to pay me some Fortnite money, and if I can't pay my legal fees with the money,
bruh. Like that shit blow. Like how is this? How is this cool? I don't understand it.
pay your legal team in Fortnite dances.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
bullshit. How the fuck? Nah, whatever. So there's that. And then so Soldier Boy's coming out with a new console.
Oh yeah, that's
Again.
I can't
Uh,
wait.
I'm
Can't
trying.
wait.
It would
Soldier
be
Boy Toe.
That thing look like a Series S.
right. Man, with Fortnite, yes it would. Rip X, yeah, okay. And so I don't know the way his tweet was worded. It sounded like this nigga trying to build a whole nother ecosystem, and I'm just like, people, how are you gonna bring people? Like, how are you gonna promise these developers, these manufacturers, whoever, that you can get their money back? Like, did I miss something? Are Soldier Boy's pockets that deep?
Man.
No, but I mean that doesn't stop regular white people from doing it. He could find an investment group to the whatever. Like
Yeah.
we're just so used as black people to like having to be the richest person in the room in order to do what like traditionally like just normal white people like the people who got Xbox started weren't rich. They went to Bill Gates with an idea and eventually, or whoever was in charge of Microsoft at the time, and eventually. Yeah, so it's like
Bill Gates.
yeah,
Right,
so
With the rock.
but Raycons, talking about Raycons. But yeah, he doesn't have to have all the money. He just has to be able to convince these people, like you said, that this ecosystem that people are going to want to be a part of this ecosystem. And my thing is, though, he doesn't know anything about tech. That's my problem. It's like I need to see somebody else's name on that for me to trust the system. I think last time it was basically an emulator, right? Like it just ran
a bunch of a bunch of pirated games.
Nigga, that's not a console. That's a Raspberry Pi. Like we can all do that, right? Like we don't need your assistance if you're talking about just emulators.
Wasn't Will.i.am coming out with something?
What? I don't remember that.
Because so he was doing like I think he was doing like some digital comics and some other stuff.
I remember that.
Really?
Stuff. And he was teaching himself how to code.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but then I didn't hear anything. So I'm like, what's going on? He hasn't been busy with music, so
Damn.
been a little cold out here on the music front.
Okay.
Damn.
He's
I don't know.
coming out with some technology.
I guess for me, as far as like that was, Xbox, that was a long time ago. This was, like nascent console times. Like now we're on the, I don't know, fourth Xbox, the fifth PlayStation,
But I mean, they're all just computers, right? So
yeah.
Technically, if you can fit somewhere in between the Nintendo Switch, which is really only surviving because it has Nintendo on the what you call it, because the technology in the Switch is not great.
Tesla, baby. Tesla
Right.
coming with they're pretty much a console now. They
Yeah,
got
they got a
Terry.
game. So it's like the a lot of the game engines are free. So if you can get a studio or whatever to like build something cool and it just be on your platform, right?
Mhm.
Somehow, and like kind of like Halo was for
Yeah.
the
Xbox.
Xbox, right?
Yeah.
Because Halo kind of jump started their entire ship. You just need, yeah, it's IP. You just need
Yeah.
one game that somebody's like, oh shoot, and you can only get it there, right? You can't they
Yeah.
can't be ported to PC or whatever, and you can
Mhm.
start a console. The issue is, I don't think he knows enough about technology, and I don't know him, right? But
Mhm.
just from hearing him speak, when I've heard him speak, right, when he's made himself visible, he
Yeah.
doesn't seem like the kind of person who puts a lot of thought into these kind of things. Like he's just like, oh, I'm coming up with a console, and he, you know, probably throws money at it, but you still have to know a little bit about tech because you gotta have something that's compelling to the person. So it's got to be cheap because ain't nobody gonna pay $500 for your console, but it still has to work better than this. In my opinion, it has to be better than the Switch, all right? And then you have to find at least one game that is just so good that people are like, yeah, I'll pick that cheap thing up, play that game, and
Mhm.
then you can iterate up. You can't just start at Series X and PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
You can't start there.
No, not at all. No, you're
You
right. I
could you
mean,
could
that's
go more powerful and be at that price point.
But then you're just building a
yeah.
PC though, right? And so who are you hitting? Like you'd have to, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he knows enough about technology. I wouldn't recommend that start for him, right?
Yeah. Uh, no, I agree. I mean, it has to be it just has to be compelling, whether that is I mean, it has to have games, really. Has to have games and has to have a, good ecosystem. I mean, think about even the Ouya. I don't know if y'all remember that.
I do remember
Yes.
you. I
Yeah,
wanted one for a little bit.
you said what?
I wanted one for a little bit.
I got one.
Um,
I played it for a little bit. But even that, like, it had some killer apps on there, which was like Towerfall, and there was like a couple other games. But um even that didn't survive the whole having basically exclusive games and having actually an ecosystem that developers were willing to spend time and release their
but
games on that platform.
I think that's not having a marketing budget though.
yeah, and
Like,
it's not about exclusivity alone because almost every game can be copied, right? You're gonna get treated like Snapchat, right? If you just create something awesome but don't have a way of quickly monetizing it and then iterating. Like, Facebook was like, oh, that's cute, Snapchat, we'll put that in Instagram, right? And then pretty much cut off any avenue to like for Snapchat to really make money, right, on what they do because Facebook's like, yeah, we do that and we already have their data, so it's kind of like easier for Facebook to institute what Snapchat was doing. So even if you create an awesome game, somebody can literally look at your game and like, we'll make a game like that, change some colors, change some characters. What's that game? Phoenix Rising or whatever. It's just like Breath of the Wild. Like
Yeah,
it's
basically.
exactly like it. Like in terms of game mechanics and stuff like that, where it's just like you don't have to. You have to do more than just create a compelling game. It has to be an IP that I understand in the chat, like Angry Birds, right? Farmville, right? Those games can be copied, but the people are there at Angry Birds or Farmville, right? So people are on Facebook, so they're playing Farmville. They
Yeah.
wouldn't play Farmville anywhere else. And Angry Birds, mobilely, right? It's just something people do. You're at the doctor's office or something like that. Like it, it had some kind of like strength on that, but it, I, I can't. This is a stupid industry to try to break into. It's like,
As a
a baby,
console.
a baby millionaire, right? You're
well,
Yeah.
that's why I thought Will I Am had a chance because he was coming from it from a storytelling artistic standpoint with just technology in general, and he had a team. Like he was making himself knowledgeable from a tech. He's already an artist, and he already has relationships with heavy hitters in various parts of tech. So I was getting kind of excited when I was here because I think this was years ago. Breakfast Club or something. He was just talking about some of the stuff he was working on. So I was getting excited because he was coming from it from that side. And maybe it could be a console, maybe it could just be a game or a game studio or comics or whatever he was gonna do. But then nothing happened. So like Will.i.am, I thought from like a celebrity or somebody in the culture, let's say, could have done something like that just because of how he positioned himself. And he has crazy amounts of bread. Like he has a lot of publishing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
and
So he could do it.
the Black Eyed Peas were way more famous than Soulja Boy and
Yeah.
successful in their career. So of course he's in a he's a you're
He's
right.
got his publishing.
He's got a better chance. You're correct. It's still such a hard industry to get into. The people who are in the industry don't actually like being in the industry. That's what it seems like.
Not
Like
anymore.
I
Yeah.
don't think Xbox or PlayStation really want to be in the console making business. If they could just license stuff and somehow like license, like look at what Xbox is doing with like letting you play on your PC now. They're like, man, again, in like 5 more years, we
Mobile
might
services.
just be Steam, right? We might just
Yeah.
be Microsoft Steam. So it's
Basically.
like there,
Mhm.
I don't think anybody wants to be in the console business, to be honest.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a weird business to get into. The only way it works, I mean, Nintendo
And you,
uses it for it's a marketing machine, right? Like
yeah.
that's why Nintendo is making so much money. They don't give you the most, you know, they don't give you the most technologically advanced hardware, and they're also, you know, just like, hey, it's got Mario's face on it, hey, it's got Link in it, hey, you know what I'm saying? And then people just go out there and buy, right? I'm guilty of it, so I can't act like it's not, you know what I'm saying? It works. But
It's effective.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
it's a weird industry to get into. It's really what
Yeah.
I'm
And
saying.
hardware is definitely not. Hardware is so thin on margins. Like I don't
Yeah. They
know.
don't make. I think they're actually PS5 and stuff. They're like losing money right
They
now.
lose money. They always lose
Yeah.
money at the beginning. You got to be prepared to lose money for years in hardware, especially
Nintendo's
if
the only one that actually makes money on their
that's because
hardware.
they don't
Yeah.
spend money on it.
Exactly. They
Yep.
don't put money into
Exactly.
it. Yep.
Yep.
Your screen is gonna be worse than your cell phone, and the controls and all that stuff. Everything's
But
simple.
hey, you
But you
got
can play
Zelda.
Mario. Exactly. You can
Yeah,
play
it's
Zelda.
Zelda.
Exactly.
Maurice should be eating it up.
All right. So yeah, so last week, y'all, we talked about how fucking fucking Google they congratulated their devs and everything, and then started firing motherfuckers like 5 days later. So then this week they started, they were having issues with some of their first party games, and customers are hitting up Google support, and Google is like, oh,
We
well,
don't have
talk to the
right.
publisher. We can't fix this. And the publisher is like, having to remind customers that this is a first party game on Google Stadia, so Google, oh shit, needs to fix it. And it was a frustrating time for everybody who, I guess, was trying to play some shit on Stadia that was fucked up.
I didn't
Um,
think people were still even playing around with Stadia.
I didn't. So
At this point,
we,
at this
I was
point,
like,
if you
once
ain't learn your
Google
lesson,
abandoned it, you need to get off it too, man.
yeah,
yeah. If
it's,
it's
Google's
at,
like,
Like, come
if
on.
you ain't learn your lesson by now, then
yeah,
yeah,
you
it's on you, man.
you just deserve it.
you see you
Yeah,
deserve.
yeah, get out of there. Don't
Get
get
out
out.
of there. It's time to
Pull
bail.
up.
Simple.
Literally anywhere else, you got so many options now.
Yeah,
Like,
truly, absolutely. So, uh, shit. So I like how we're. I'm not sure how you keep Stadia going if you fire all the devs. Like, who are you putting on these projects? Like you, I don't know, to fix the bugs. You know what I mean? Like who's getting these tickets?
Fourth graders.
man,
Fourth graders.
But whatever.
I don't know.
It's they shit. We gonna watch it burn from over here.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
All I
so
gotta
everyone needs to
do
watch that.
is hit the power button on my controller,
yeah.
and I haven't done that in at least 6 months.
Oh, I
Yeah.
forgot you had Stadia.
I don't. Where is my controller? I think my
I,
controller's in the
yeah, I got
box.
Founders Edition on that
You have
crap.
Stadia too?
Verizon gave it to me when I signed up for the for
Oh
Fios.
shit.
They gave me
Freaky.
like 3 free months or some shit. I played it like
Yeah,
one
they gave
time.
it.
I think the
Yeah, you played
controller.
Destiny, didn't you?
Yeah, I played Destiny, and it
He
was
like,
it was.
he's
I
a,
launched. I launched Destiny. I didn't actually play it. I left before a game started.
I thought I would
uh,
have cross save. Had to start from the beginning. I was like, I don't want to play Destiny this bad. So I went to the
for
store.
everything else, unfortunately.
Man, I went to the store. I'm like, okay, well, let me just see what else they got. And first
Did
of
it
all, there was
really?
not much at all. And then all of it was stuff I had to pay for. So I'm like, I gotta pay for Stadia and these games. I don't know, nigga. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
Do they have Rocket
controller,
League on it?
I don't know.
You said that they had Rocket League?
Yeah.
That
That's a
might be
good question.
compelling. That might be.
They need to get more games like that if on there.
They just need to. I don't know, man. Like
Dude, I thought they were at least gonna keep Microsoft on their toes as far as xCloud.
Yeah.
Nope.
Absolutely not. They this Microsoft just smashed them with that.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it's hard. It's I mean okay, so we got two extremes. We got Soldier Boy trying to get into the gaming industry, and then we got Google trying to get into the industry. Both are having
Google's trying to get the hell
issues. Both
out.
are having issues. They tried. They tried to get in.
Yeah, they tried,
Uh,
right? That's why I'm telling Soldier Boy, like, if it was as easy as putting a console together, Google, there's no way Google's one of the richest companies on the planet,
yep.
and they can't
They
create a
can't.
console because that is not
They
an
can't break in.
like it's.
It's just not that simple.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And they even skipped the margin thin part with the console, and they still couldn't get it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they're like, oh, we're gonna just throw everything in the cloud. We got all this server stuff going, man. We'll
Yep.
just throw it in the cloud. You can play games in the cloud.
Yep. GCP, we
Can
got
you
you.
play games in the cloud?
No, you can't.
Exactly.
Not on Stadia, nigga. So, EA's chief studios officer is now saying, or I guess she's new to the role. Laura Miel,
Mm-hmm.
either way. Saying, she gonna let the studios decide what happens with the games. I was hoping Tech would be here. Maybe y'all niggas get a Titanfall 3 or some shit. Um, but yeah, she's like, I don't want to tell them what to make, what they should be focusing on. I'm leaving it up to them. It's all on y'all now.
I mean,
So
I think that's good. I mean, I think the fact
absolutely.
that I mean, I think Anthem was a relic from EA's past where, it was about EA, stepping in and, you know, pushing their weight around as making creative decisions for the games, under, that EA umbrella. But if
Mhm.
they let I think I think what changed them really was Respawn coming on board.
Yeah.
Because Respawn was like, yo, like we this is our vision, this is what we're gonna do. Like y'all motherfuckers just fund it. Like we got this. Like just let us do what we gotta do. And then they gave them Apex, which is their, big BR, machine now. And that's just printing money for EA now. Cause every publisher has to have a staple, battle royale so they can, print money on. Um so they provided them that. And just like the proof was in the pudding with Respawn. I mean, they created one of the best like first person shooters ever in Titanfall. The guys that headed Respawn created the Modern Warfare series, with Infinity Ward. They basically created that whole genre. So these are like pioneers in the fucking space. So allowing them to do what they do best and getting out their way and just funding the shit is like everybody fucking eats. Like let them motherfuckers do it. They know what they're doing. Like they've
Hell yeah.
created multiple billion-dollar franchises. So like
Will be
let
the
them let them do what they do best. And so
Yeah.
I think this is maybe a turn of the page for EA going forward. But we'll see. We'll see how that happens. But
yeah.
but
What's
yeah,
Activision's battle royale?
Warzone, Call of Duty.
Mm.
Oh, the call. Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great
Yeah,
game.
no, they need to
Ubisoft
reuse them
tried.
assets.
Yeah.
You said
Oop,
Ubisoft tried.
we tried with what's that shit? I forgot the name of it. What'd you say, JK?
Rise of Europa.
No, Cyberscape.
Oh,
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 Hyperscape.
Hyperscape,
Hyperscape.
Hyperscape.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that
Hyperscape.
shit
Yeah.
died so quick. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Tech
Flash
was
in the
talking
pan.
about that. I remember Tech was talking about that for like.
Because we played it, so we were like, "Yo, it's actually not bad," and then
Yeah.
it just went.
Look, man, it's
It
like
fizzled.
it's like Betamax and VHS, man. It don't really matter how good you are.
Nope.
What
Yeah.
No
is
matter
gonna
how good you.
survive
Cheap and
when it?
accessible.
Yeah. And Hyperscape was bro. Hyperscape was super, super fucking sweaty. Like it was every drop was hot. I would like it was crazy. It was crazy. I was like, yo, how
It
y'all
just
do
took too
it?
long to kill motherfuckers on there. Like I couldn't
True.
get the timing down on like
Mm-hmm.
how motherfuckers
The killing it
when
in
they
the street
died.
was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't like the whole like weapon progression shit. Like it was just like I like the idea of it. Like it's basically a arena style battle royale, which is like right up my alley on paper, but like just the way that shit felt,
Yeah.
just didn't sit well. But um,
Execution was lacking.
yeah,
True.
exactly. So
Yeah.
yeah, good
Yep.
try.
A swing and a miss.
Yeah,
But
Hard miss.
yeah, speaking of EA though, they filed a patent for technology to let you like play your game, like stream it to play it before it's finished downloading. And it's like I'm
I think that's
basically
tight.
yeah, it goes kind of with what you're saying. EA trying to, what I'm saying, turn a leaf, turn a new leaf, start a new era because they've been fucking up. And this is
They
like
need
both
to,
of
'cause
these pieces are really good news for them and for
Maybe
gamers.
yeah.
learn from them.
Absolutely. I mean, I know that that's kind of like the theory with what Xbox is doing with XCloud now, right? Where um you can basically play the games, like stream the games first while
Well,
it's downloading in the background. Like I think that'd be amazing if
Activision would hate that. They can't play
yeah,
fucking
that's I think
Warzone.
yeah, I mean, and I think that's what but I don't see what the the downside of that would be. I mean, but you're still getting your money, right?
Yeah,
Um,
people still gotta pay for the
but you
game, right?
just
The
yeah.
thing, yes, but if you're just less likely to spend money in their ecosystem if you're not actually spending time in their ecosystem. So they're
No,
just kind
you're still spending time.
You just get started early, right?
Yeah, you get started a lot earlier.
of
Yeah.
no. So my thought with Activision, they're doing it. So they're not optimizing for you to get in there early. They're optimizing for you not to leave. So you play your game, it takes up half your hard drive, and then it's like, okay, I want to play the other game. But then you got to think long and hard. Do I want to uninstall Warzone so I can play this other game? Like,
Oh
nah.
no. So I think this would only apply if
You're
like say
downloading game. You
yeah,
get to a
like you're
certain point in the download, and they're like, okay, now you can stream it, like they do when you can play
exactly.
it.
Yeah. So like say like the next Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 probably this year
Mhm.
comes out. It's like shit, I want to download it, but you ain't gonna people with shitty internet. That shit, if it's gonna be like 500 gigs, um you're not playing that night. So you just click on the stream and have the actual game download in the background. You're able to get people in a lot faster, and then they're more inclined to spend money because they're still gonna be in that ecosystem. But it really just only applies for when you're downloading it
Mhm.
at the beginning, so you can just get in there a lot faster.
yeah.
So hopefully, I mean that would be tight if that's the future,
Hell yeah.
especially with xCloud. That would be a real competitive advantage.
Absolutely.
Next year, legitimately, the entire country could have access to 100 megabits. That's amazing.
What was Starlink?
Starlink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Just
I
a little
fucking hope
Starlink
so.
promo.
You said a little Starlink promo. What you
Look, man.
you
Look.
got you
Nice.
got a share code for the people, Carl?
Hey. As soon as either SpaceX or Starlink goes public, I gotta scoop some up, man. Fractional
Hey,
shares. Gotta get it.
you got
That's gonna be
The
some money.
Yeah, I look, guys. We just need that Tesla sponsorship. That's what we're really aiming for.
Mhm.
I feel like we should all get a roadster.
I feel like we've been
At a
talking
minimum.
about Tesla
Man.
and GameStop on here enough that they should really just look our direction. It's Black History Month, so
That's it.
they'll-
I mean,
I feel like they're
GameStop
gonna
can't
make the
afford
right
it. But
decision.
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, yeah, they can't afford it. Sorry, we at
Maybe.
least need $1 a piece. Like,
That's it.
$10 on GameStop. Lost almost all of it. Luckily, I hanged on long enough. It all came back, made like 70%, 75%, something like that.
Nice.
Got out of
That's
that ASAP. Gotta make
gotta
my
stay
money back
alive,
though.
man.
Yeah.
Gotta stay alive. So, PlayStation is saying that PSVR is coming back. They confirmed PSVR 2.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. They said, it's
Um,
coming with
hopefully that shit ain't as clunky as PSVR 1. God damn that shit.
I never ended up playing the first one, so I don't know. I mean, but they say it's coming with a new controller. They say it's gonna be one wire only. They say,
Should
you
be
know,
no wires.
Look,
God damn it.
it
are
it should
they
be no wires, but you know,
You gotta do you gotta do it. Yeah, we gotta make do, but I'm surprised. I'm surprised they're sticking with it. I mean, I guess like they made their money back on PSVR because I don't think they really because they definitely didn't put a lot of R&D into it because it was so clunky,
tell
so
you
damn.
fucking
this?
clunky.
If it's really good, like if it's what I would be looking for is 4K in each eye at
Mm,
120 frames. I don't know if there's enough Terrys to push that,
Mm.
Nah,
you looking into the
but
future, Carl?
I need that
that's some
4K per
Stadia
eye.
power right there.
Wow. Uncalled for. Uncalled for. But certainly I need a minimum of 120 frames per eye. That's important. Need at least 120 frames per eye. If they could do 1080 120 frames each eye, I would consider that because I want a VR situation, and I'm not gonna build a PC. That's not gonna happen. So
Oh
Bruh.
my gosh.
So you know what? I don't know anything about the VR world. How does Oculus work? Is that you have to build a PC to use Oculus?
yep,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
there
Virtual.
you go.
I
And the
literally just
Vive.
built a PC, but I don't know if I can. I don't know.
Uh, I don't
Mm,
know. I don't know if your graphic. I don't know if your
My graphics card is trash, right?
yeah.
Because I built it in 2021 and I should have built it in 2020.
I mean,
Graphics
It'd
card
be like that,
situation struggling.
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it's probably gonna suck for another 6 months, right?
Yep.
At
What
least.
the shortages?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
they
everybody's
talk,
looking for chips.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
what I was gonna ask is, um, did you guys hear about that thing where you can like in VR you can like sit in the front row of like sports games?
No, I didn't.
I've heard of, I think basketball and the NFL tried that.
Yeah, basketball that still does it. I think I heard because I heard somebody talk about it on a podcast where like
That
they'll
would be an
sit.
amazing
You can
experience, I
sit
think.
courtside in at a basketball game in VR,
Oh
and that's
damn.
ridiculous. That's dope. But
That would
It
be
is.
super amazing because ESPN has super low res sports, which makes no sense to me. So maybe you'd even get higher resolution by going with VR. Like, who does 720p, dude? Like,
he
it's like
said,
20 years ago.
Mari said they're recording them in 3D 8K.
Damn.
They're not pushing that to my eyeballs. I know that. I'm seeing that
he's
720p all day.
he's talking about the courtside camera.
Oh, what? That's beauty. That's beauty. So that's a huge step up.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
I'm seeing pixels, guys. I'm seeing pixels when I'm watching these games, and
Oh,
I don't like that.
I'm
So
sorry for your, for your eyeballs, man. That's not right.
Hey, man.
720, like who? Nobody
720.
who's dealing with that.
Yikes. Yeah, well,
Murray said that's
bruh.
because you're on Florida internet, Carl.
I-
I'm being 100% honest. I don't be
That's
seeing
all
pixels.
ESPN. That's all it. So ESPN and Turner, when you watch a basketball, is doing 720p. That has nothing to do with internet. That's just what they push. You go on digital cable, even digital cable, 720p.
Yikes.
It's a
Well,
tragedy.
unfortunate. Um, PlayStation Sony had a little state of play thing for PlayStation today.
Yep.
It was a quick little 30-minute thing, some updates on some stuff we saw in June, a couple new entries.
I missed half of it.
Wasn't that
Did they talk about
impressive?
Horizon?
That,
I
that
never
ta-
played this game, but I always have interest in that game for some reason.
No, they didn't talk about Horizon.
no,
They didn't talk about God of War.
nope. It
So who
Um,
was
cares about what they're talking about? What games is left?
uh, not a lot. Not
What game?
not a
Resident
lot.
Evil.
Yeah,
I mean, not Resident Evil. Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, they talked about Final Fantasy VII remake. They got a
They've been talking about that remake for like
The
13
closure.
years.
they got a new
They
episode
gotta
now. You
milk it.
got yeah,
They gotta milk it.
Yep.
Oh wait,
absolutely.
it's a new episode's like added on to the
Yeah, they got
original
DLC.
story.
Yep.
Yep.
And then
Um.
PS5 enhancements.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and PS5. That's right. PS5 visuals. They bringing that for you. Um. They talked about Returnal again some more.
Yeah, I'm
Um.
down. I'm sold on that.
Yeah. It didn't
Yeah,
look super scary. But I'm gonna wait and see. You
What,
know.
Returnal?
Yeah.
No, it's not supposed to be scary.
Nah, I don't know. I heard somewhere it was a horror game, and I was like, hold on, wait a minute.
Nah, it's not. It's definitely not gonna be a horror game. It
Looks
might have like.
scary. That may like jump scares maybe, but that's
Nah, I
about
don't
it.
even think it has jump scares. It's a straight up action game.
Yeah, when I was looking at, that's what it seemed like. It seemed like an action game when I was watching the
Nah,
joint.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Yeah, I think you're good on that.
Okay. They had that seafood that saifu that
Oh yeah, that should look tight. I'm down. I'll be down for that.
okay.
That's a
Remind
nice
me of
little
Rise to
brawler.
Honor.
Remind you
Yeah.
of
Rise to Honor, the Jet Li game.
Oh yeah, that shit was tight
That shit
back
was
in the
fun.
day.
Yeah, the only way you could fight is by using the joysticks.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
That's interesting. I don't think I ever played that.
So you can
what
do
game is that?
that was the same time as Stranglehold came out, like the John Woo game, where it was like a lot of bullet time and stuff like that.
Yeah.
With Chow Yun Fat. You haven't seen that one? I played that
Mhm.
one. Okay.
Oh shit.
Shut up.
Spidey say his friend cut the trailer for Sifu. That's dope.
Oh damn, that's tight.
See, and that
Yeah.
show was dope because he was bing, 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 bing. Like just knocking niggas out. I was like, ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't understand him getting old part. That's the only thing I didn't
Yeah.
understand.
Like you
And
woke
so
up from a nap old. How that happen?
I
Was
think
that
he was fighting his internal self.
Uh. Okay.
Like it looked like to me because he was meditating and fighting.
hmm I mean, maybe. Um. Oh, and then they had that joint that kind of looked like Pathless and Haven had a baby. What was
Yeah.
that called?
Solar or something.
Solar
Solar
Ash. Yeah, that's what it was
Yeah,
called.
that should look tight.
Yeah,
That's
I'm just getting it.
probably it. And then we saw, Pro Dodgeball, and that was about it. Knockout,
Didn't they have Ratchet and
knockout,
Clank?
something.
No,
Oh
That
yeah,
looks
they
cool.
didn't talk about Ratchet and Clank.
I didn't.
they talked about Crash, right? Crash
Yeah,
Bandicoot.
Crash. Yeah, PS5 enhancement.
Man, everybody knows who really likes Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I played Crash
shit.
Bandicoot as a kid, but if I had a choice between all of the platformers, it is the
Mhm.
absolute last one. It's the last one.
I
Like, he's not even like a cool. He's not even as cool as the other one. He's wearing jorts. Like, he's like doing all the wrong stuff right now. Like,
shit just not right.
yeah, like of all the platformers, like I mean, you could have been with Spyro. I like Spyro better than Crash. There's
Cooper.
a say it again.
Sly Cooper.
Sly. I mean, he's right up there with Banjo and Kazooie. Like, who's playing Banjo and Kazooie?
Yeah, Sly Cooper and Jack and Daxter were my two favorite ones to play. Along with
I played a lot of Crash back in the day, right?
Yeah.
But it was only because on PlayStation that was pretty much your only option for platformers at the time.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because if I could play Sonic on PlayStation, I would never play Crash Bandicoot. I mean Crash Bandicoot on PlayStation.
Well, you could on PS2.
Yeah. Once Sega decided they weren't gonna make systems anymore, they just pretty much sold Sonic to whoever wanted it.
Turned into a software company.
Absolutely. Oh man, Maurice, that's trash. No, you're trash, Maurice.
Terrible. It's also
Wow.
what was it called? Shit, I forgot the name of the game. It looked interesting though. It was
Oddworld?
no, our world's
No,
terrible.
I don't know what the fuck that. Like, who's
I
asking?
tried playing on the PS Vita and it sucked.
Damn.
Sucks.
Oh, Deathloop. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Deathloop. Oh shit, I forgot about Deathloop.
That shit is gonna be. I'm still trying to figure out the multiplayer element of it, but I honestly I don't even care. Like
Yeah.
I'm there for the gameplay.
Yeah.
I'm already so the shit just looks like Dishonored with
70s aesthetic.
better gunplay and
Mm.
different aesthetic, but like basically all those powers that you saw was like basically same shit in Dishonored. So
Good shit.
I'm so
Yeah, I'm definitely looking
so
forward to. I mean, I'm probably not gonna buy the PlayStation to play it, but I'm looking forward to seeing you play it. So, almost just as good.
I'm gonna live through you.
Yeah, live vicariously. Exactly.
That's what I do.
Absolutely.
I'll be watching y'all play games like that. Looks kind of fun.
I'm glad he's enjoying it.
Yeah, like you guys look like you're having a lot of fun playing that game, and I am happy to see that happen.
That's it.
that Kina joint looked good too.
Oh yeah, Kina did look good. Kina in the Spirit Bridge or something.
Mm-hmm.
That joint
I
did look good.
need
As
a
a
Armoire
Miyazaki.
just for the PlayStation if I was just getting that crap.
Yeah, you would.
What'd you
That or
say?
like
I need a whole little wall unit just for the PlayStation.
mm-hmm.
That thing is so big.
That or you need one of those like fancy little pillars that you put a base on, those little fancy like plaster pillars.
Yo, that shit literally changed my whole entertainment center.
It had
It
to
got in there
restructure.
Big.
elbowed every other
He
console
showed
out
me
the way.
When he
Man,
showed
get
me
out
where
of
it
here.
was, he was like, "Yo," I was like, "Where's the PS4?" He's like, "Over there." I was just like sitting like tight underneath, like
That's the only place that shit fit.
oh, that shit barely fit there. He's like, "I know, man. That's all I got." Oh man,
Gotta make it work.
You running the HDMI cord all over the place? Is it right next to the TV? Or you gotta put it a little bit away.
Nah, it's thankfully it's right next to it, so it's not in the actual like entertainment like cube center thing that I have, because the shit literally would not, like I was like, that would have fit horizontal, nah, would fit vertically, nah. I was like, I have like this random ass wire shelving that I put my PC on, and so I have a PC in the big slot, and then I have the PS5 at the smaller one. So it's like it fit perfectly down there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the shit just like I am super anxious to see what the PS5 Slim is gonna be. I'm super anxious.
Yeah, that redesign is gonna be something.
Because remember how bulky the original PS3 was?
Yeah.
That shit was fucking bulky. And the PS3 Slim was a lot better. Even though it's
This
fucking
5 is way
awkward.
taller though.
You said what?
This PS5 is way taller than the 3 ever was.
Yeah, for sure. The PS3 was just like it was just fat. It was
fat.
yeah,
I
really
just Yeah, I just took apart my PS3, my old one. It was breaking anyway. It wouldn't start. Had like, I guess they have like power supply issues.
Mm.
But yeah, that thing is huge. I mean, huge, and the frame, everything about it was just like monstrous. Like even when it came to like disassembling it, it was a ton of work to get it. I mean, obviously they don't want you opening these things, but
Yeah, and they had think how small those fucking hard drives were. It's 80 gig, 60
yeah,
gig.
yeah. That's what I was
It's not even
surprised.
a game. It's not even a game now.
Yeah, you can't play Call of
Yeah.
Duty on a PS3.
No, it's not gonna happen. It's
Not
crazy.
at all.
No.
That's crazy, man. Storage is weird though. Remember, because like when all these storage devices came out, like if you take apart a computer from like the 90s right now, you got megabytes.
I
Man,
know. I know.
Megabytes. You can't store a
ridiculous.
song on a hard drive for one of them things. You can't listen to music in the 90s.
Can't even stream.
Yeah, I heard,
Stream.
What is
you
that?
can you can't send an email.
I
Bruh.
remember
Put
like
one
late
attachment on that
90s,
email.
Yeah, no
like
bull.
they came out with a 10 gig hard drive. And that was just like, oh my gosh, you'll never use that much storage. That's gonna last you forever.
Right? You ain't filling that up.
That's funny.
Absolutely not.
Crazy.
10 gigs. Now if you ain't got a Terry, don't talk to me.
Oh,
Don't even talk to me. You 500 gigabytes.
What you doing with it? Nah.
Just go ahead and tell me not to join. Just tell me not to use your system.
So Suave, watching that PlayStation event, did it compel you to buy a PS5?
No, it did not. No, it did not. I will wait, and we'll see what else they got. Oh, that
Mm.
is wild. They sell 1 terabyte micro SD cards. Like, can you
Yeah.
imagine? Like, if you could go like
Go back
even
in
like
time.
10 years ago with a 1 terabyte micro SD, like, hey, this is a terabyte. This is 1,000 gigabytes on here, nigga. Can you imagine?
It doesn't even
People would
compute right now for me. Like I'm thinking about like like you can't even there's like I don't even know what you would do, but if you took technology back, obviously you wouldn't even be able to use it because the infrastructure doesn't exist. But like if you could, like just think about just literally the amount of wealth you could amass just by having storage.
Bruh.
Like you could build an entire system out like and just run your entire internet business in one place
Yep.
while everybody else is
yeah, you'd be
struggling.
competing with a Blade server at that point
Right.
with
That's
your
crazy.
micro SD card.
Yeah. So, uh, the times, always changing.
Start like
Especially in technology. Oh my gosh. When I was about to be sick when I bought my shit, and then the next day I was reading news about like Rocket Lake, Alder Lake, whatever the fuck, and I was like, bruh.
Oh,
But
you cut out that last part.
Yeah.
oh no, I was saying that like when I bought my technology is always like that. You it's either it's always something new right around the corner. Like I picked
Yeah.
up some of the shit from my PC like over the weekend, and then on like Monday, who's this? What's up, FRG Bonsai? Um, on like the Monday, I was reading news about like Intel talking about they about to drop this 11th gen. I'm like, bro, I just fucking got this 10th
Yeah.
gen shit. But I did
Yeah.
some
You,
reading.
you
It was cool. It was all right.
yeah, that always happens. That's why like, you're never satisfied because it's like, yeah, I just dropped, such and such amount on
Fam.
my new PC. I got all the latest shit, and then you get a article next week. One of the companies like, oh yeah, we got our next line of such and such. Like, man, see,
Nigga, I
man,
Public
just
fuck
got
yeah, fuck
here.
yeah,
just
fuck yeah.
oh, matter of fact, I read about fucking DDR5 earlier tonight talking about it should be coming this year. If y'all don't push that shit back, fuck.
You gotta go in and out. It's, if y'all don't push the shit back after saying
Slog got to the front of the line and then they extended it. they were like, oh man, the front of the line. Now you gotta come here.
Facts.
They just
It's
threw it.
wildin'. But yeah, so it is what it is. I still, I got a really really nice system that I built here. I feel like I got a really good price to performance to like quality value whatever. So
You have an
it is what
actual
it
graphics card. That's nice.
is.
I have a glorified HDMI port. What I have.
Well,
Look,
I
there's
mean,
nothing wrong with Iris graphics, AJ.
Say what?
Nothing wrong with Iris graphics.
yeah, you got that. Oh no,
Look
he ain't
back.
got that.
Look, my I think my graphics card only has it's a Nvidia, but it only has 3 numbers, so it's not worth it.
It only has.
Was it like a
If it ain't got,
960?
I wish it was in the 900s, Chris.
What you got a 780?
710 something.
Oh damn, I'm so
Nigga, I
sorry.
just need to be able to use HDMI.
That hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. HDMI,
I
that's all
was
you need
like,
right there.
Was
I
that
looked
from
for
like
all the
5
good
years ago?
I don't know what it's from. I looked for the cheapest graphics card on Best Buy because I was like, my
Longer
board
than that,
didn't come with integrated anything. So I was
Bro,
like,
what?
Oh no.
What chipset is this
Oh.
board?
it's shoot, it was a cheap board.
Is it cardboard?
Look, Nick wasn't trying to spend
Hey.
15 grand.
I'm just fucking with you.
Sheesh.
Nah, man, no, I deserve it. I deserve it for going out
You can
here.
play Fortnite on there.
Hey, you can play Fortnite on anything. You can play.
Yeah.
Epic was like, we gonna get this money. You play Fortnite on a banana, like they don't care.
Absolutely. Maybe I
And
can play Rocket League.
The potato clock, you can play Fortnite on it.
absolutely, and the kids don't give a fuck. It can look like anything. The lag can be through the roof. Them kids be happy as shit just to be
Fortnite
playing
and
Fortnite.
Roblox. I
Yep.
wish I had come up with Roblox.
Oh my gosh, you'd be
Man, they are
so
swimming.
fucking rich.
Who cares about having style, having taste, having anything? Just come up with something that the kids like, man.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Let's come up with
Bugging
something that
parents.
the kids like, and then you can retire.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Retired
All right,
many times.
What was that?
Said you could retire many times over.
Ah, bruh, truly. All right, so we gonna move on to the topic of the week real quick. And I feel like it's not gonna, I feel like there's a very short answer. But has the gaming industry lived up to like all of these like Black Lives Matter promises that they've made over the last like I don't know 9 months, year or so?
I haven't gotten a call from
Activision or
Activision,
nothing.
EA, nope, Ubisoft. I didn't get no calls, man. So
That's
I
a hell
don't know
no.
what they're doing over there.
You still don't know what they're doing over.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're trying to fix the game update. That's what
they just
Xbox
gotta open the
platform didn't call me. You know,
they're doing.
they gotta open the checkbook, and start funding these. I mean, you gotta build that pipeline. There's no pipeline right now. It's as much as we talk about like there's not enough like diversity and stuff in the gaming industry. It's like we're just not being exposed to that knowledge.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
and I think that's where you'll start getting the real like impact is hitting it at the ground level, like not only dealing with like these after school programs and stuff, but actually making some like hiring people to teach in some of these schools and have actual curriculum that revolves around computer science and then also game development, game design, all of that stuff. Really just gotta like that's really where it really starts, and that's excluding like uh the whole like content creation layer of
Yeah.
the game industry. There's Twitch has been like the whole month for Black History, like they have a whole like section at the at the bottom basically of like highlighting all prominent black, Twitch streamers and stuff. So um I mean it's a start, but I mean, like I said, it really just comes down to opening up the goddamn checkbook and putting your money where your mouth is. So
Do you think it would be helpful if they did something similar to like the movie industry model? So, because to me, it's like it's really hard and expensive to make a game, right?
yeah.
But in movies, you'll have either a writer write a script or a director, shop a movie. Like they'll have a script and they'll shop it to the studios, and then they'll get it made, get it financed, and the studio will get a team around that. Where now it seems like games are made by studios from conception to getting it in gamers' hands. It's all from the studio. Versus, okay, you could get black people, their story, their vision for a game, and they may or may not have technical skills to make it, but they have uh they have the art direction, the creativity to sort of think about how it's going to be made and then shop that around to studios to get it built. Um,
It could definitely work. I think it's just it really just depends on the scope, you know.
Yeah.
You can the so gaming, I mean, I think with any like form of entertainment right now, I think you have the extremes of like you can go, with the MCU, films, right? Where it's like, almost $500 million budget um to make it, or you can, make a movie for like, thousands of dollars with your fucking iPhone, right? Um and same thing with like gaming where like Cyber Shadow was this, that game I've been playing. That was made by one person over, X amount of years. But um I mean it could be done, really. I mean, it's just takes the effort and like I said, I just don't think we have like that infrastructure there. And really what I would like for us to do is just kind of create our own space, just like how um we did with the film and television where Atlanta became the hub for a lot of black um TV shows and movies, s- definitely centered around like Tyler Perry and all of his efforts and moves and him creating that space and all of that. Like we need something like that in gaming, like we need somebody to be like, yo, like we making a fucking Tyler Perry Studios of gaming. We might have to sell our soul with Medea a little bit, but
Mhm.
spread it around. But I think something like that, I would like to see that instead of just like putting us in like we were saying, like the tech industry is toxic as fuck. Gaming industry is, to even more toxic. Like I don't know if like sending our, best people in those spaces is good for them,
Yep.
so I'd rather us just like, trailblaze our own thing and just start that engine up. And it's a longer um it's more long term thing, but I think it'll pay off and we'll have,
what do those
the
first
this
building blocks look like?
Mm.
we need hmm
Capital. We
yeah, I
need
mean
capital.
capital, and we need the visionaries, like the people that have the experience to run like a publisher or even a game studio. I think starting off with like a publishing company will probably be best. That way you can have an umbrella of, you know, um developers that you can work with, and then like over time you acquire them and they become a part of the company. But yeah, I think just a publishing company that is, for us by us type shit, you know. Um and we have the capital to fund games at a, small to medium scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was saying, we got so many black millionaires from sports alone, let alone black professional millionaires that could be venture capitalists and angel funding. Um,
Yeah, yeah, that's I mean,
maybe, but
They
you know,
provide capital though.
we need
we need
capital.
some intellectual capital too in the space.
yeah.
Like
And
you
not
Yeah,
just
said,
that, but
Prince.
it's not like, what I'm saying, it's not like people who invest provide their money. They're expecting a return. And it's like, what kind of return can you know what I mean? Can you promise on something like this? Not to say that they wouldn't or shouldn't, because they definitely fucking should. But just as far as, people who
yeah,
invest to make money, this is not one of those things where you can where you can make a quick buck, and it's not something that I would want to, um,
yeah,
I would not want to put under the pressure of that kind of outside investment.
When you're so, what I would think is getting Bezos' wife.
Hey, she down. She been giving money to HBC. Hold up, who got McKinsey number? We got to start a
That's true.
dialogue.
That's true. But
somebody giving her that black. No.
don't do it.
Bruh.
Don't
Oh
do
my
it.
god.
We just
So
lost the
what?
money right
What?
there.
Sponsorship. She about to.
What I was saying is like the like if you could do like a killer app, right?
Mhm.
You do one game that gets popular enough to fund it, like that it's a Farm Bill or Words with Friends or something like that.
Be birds.
Yeah, Angry Birds, and then that game because the thing about those games is that they don't take a lot to make, right?
Yeah, not at
You
all.
like it's more about intellectual capital, right? To make those games, it's more about what you know because all of the other stuff is kind of almost free.
Yeah,
So if you can make an Angry Birds or something like that, get one game out there that's popular enough to generate some income, then you can start making those decisions. And once you have money, it's easier to get other people with money to
Yep.
invest because they see you pouring into it. So they're like, okay, well, yeah,
yeah.
I'll be in for a small amount, and I'll be in for a small amount, and so
True.
you can
True.
build
Small
those
So
bets.
funds.
you gotta throw a lot at the wall to get
Yeah,
that.
I
Yeah,
mean,
and
yeah,
that's
no, but it's free. It's just about timing.
But
So it's just about
you gotta
timing.
get do like so you're saying a publisher, Cressy. You probably have to do it kind of like Webtoon, how
Mm-hmm.
they do their manga, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of you're a publisher, but it's kind of loose coming in here. Maybe throw your indie game up, and then maybe you could volunteer your skills for other projects. People can promote projects,
yeah,
and it'll be like a a distributed online co-location space for games.
and
basically.
they do that already in a lot of places, but you just need that killer app that makes people. And the thing is, it's a lot about marketing too, because we already talked about this earlier in the podcast. But like, you can make the killer app, but that doesn't mean somebody else can't make your same app with different
yep.
skins on it, and then steal everything that you're all the momentum you have because they have bigger, they have like a more a larger audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so unpredictable. I mean, look at something like Among Us. I mean, that game came out 2 years ago, and it got
And took a
huge in
pandemic.
2020.
It took a
Yeah,
pandemic and everybody being locked in the house. And then they're
Hey, but
like,
it's
oh, shoot.
It
and
worked.
then
That
it's
that was
part.
like 5 people that
yeah,
made that game or something like that.
yeah. It was
Like,
like 5
Mm-hmm.
on that one. There was like one person who made Stardew Valley or one of them smaller.
yeah, yep,
It's like, I mean, we just need that one like hit.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
And you just aim in all the areas, right? Get you a platformer, get you a
mobile,
puzzle
Yep.
game, get you a, and you just aim in all, and you just do one of each, and then you sit them out there. And the cool thing about the games is they don't get dusty on the shelves, right?
Yep.
yep,
So as long as that you're not using like technology that's possibly going to get phased out in the next few years,
Yeah.
true,
if you're
true.
using web technology, you should be straight, you should be safe, and you build something, and even if it doesn't get any love after you built it, right? So it's really, like I said, it's really about work. It's about time,
Yeah,
because you
it's
can build
timing.
a lot of this stuff for free.
Yeah.
or a good portion of it for free
Yeah.
or for low expense. So now it's about build the game, push it out there. I follow a couple people on YouTube. They build games all the time. They build a ton of
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
They'll build a game a week. They're like,
Yep.
all right, I'm gonna build the game. I mean, are they huge success?
Good,
No.
yeah.
Are they fully fleshed out? No. But they're just like showing you that like I can build a game at any point in time. So it's
Absolutely.
like if you spend 6 months to a year building a game and you do that for a few years, eventually the other games are they're just sitting there waiting. Like they can
Yeah.
possibly jump up any moment, throw them up somewhere, advertise them a little bit on your social media
Yeah.
for free, right? You're on social media, post your game, whatever. Like it's possible, but you got to have the money first. You got to build some kind of income, especially as a black person, right?
Absolutely.
You can't just come up with an idea and people be like, I like the way that guy thinks, because they don't
No.
realize that they actually just
Yeah.
like him because he's their color. Like they really do think that he's special. Like they don't realize
Yep.
that
Something
they don't realize
novel,
that, oh
something new
no,
about this guy.
yeah, there's something about this kid. Does he remind you of your son? I get it. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Like
Yep.
for you to think that this person's special because he reminds you of somebody else, right?
Yeah.
But for us, we got to make some money and show that we can make money, and then people will try to steal our idea, and that's when we know we're gonna make some money as long as we hold on to it.
Yeah.
Our idea's been stolen for generations, though.
No, absolutely. The good news now is it's hard to steal an idea without people being able to have some receipts. Used to be able to just get rid of somebody and be like, what you
Chappelle got
talking
paid.
about?
Chappelle,
Yeah, Chappelle did get paid.
Yep.
Hey, Circumhead, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the discussion.
The team.
Yeah, welcome.
I think that's how you pronounce your name, Circumhead. Seems about right.
I have no idea, but yeah, welcome to the podcast.
Definitely. But yeah, no, it really does. It's really gonna take that that amount of effort to because there's like you were saying, like you can just create a whole studio that just cranks them out like you crank out a game a week, and just like like one or two of them just got to be successful enough to fund later projects going down the road. Like there's like a whole thing, like we don't talk about like mobile gaming a lot, but like that whole scene is wild. Like just people are making real like good money. I mean, they're not making like Among Us money or like Angry Bird money, but like they're making money to live,
Yeah.
releasing like mobile games and shit. So
That's true.
They're not making Flappy Bird money either.
yeah,
No, they ain't.
exactly.
Good gracious, Flappy Bird money.
You're
I
ridiculous.
just hate how stuff like that.
You over here working
How this
hard.
happens.
I just remember that shit dropped in college.
He was making like $20,000 a month.
I was like, what are y'all playing? Flappy Birds, dog. I said, Flappy Birds? I was like, this game is trash. And I was like,
He stole this from Mario. It's the helicopter game with Mario graphics.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute, let me play this game. Tap, tap, tap. Oh, it's not bad. But what the fuck? I played that game for about 30 minutes. I was like, ain't this about a bitch?
No, I'm not hating. I'm just saying, like, man, like you don't know when you're gonna hit.
Nah,
Android pretty much made a clone of that for their
yeah, they did
secret unlock.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
unlock the phone. You gotta tap the serial number.
feature.
Like,
yeah. Yeah.
Which version of Android was that again? That's like
It's a Kit Kat.
I think it was before Kit Kat.
8 or 9.
It was before Kit Kat because I remember.
What
Kit
version
Kat
are
was
we on right now?
I have no idea anymore.
No,
I just hit the update
I haven't
button.
been keeping up.
I
don't
just hit
know
the update button.
which one I have, but the
Yeah, me
latest
too.
is 11. The latest. That's another reason I might have to go on the other side.
Hey,
I might. We don't know yet. Though.
it's a good look. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. How I guess so to
We got to build that infrastructure. I mean, we got the infrastructure for like everything else, like sports and fucking entertainment.
Music.
I mean, but we didn't build that though, and we don't own that. Like that was built by
true.
people who own our talent, essentially. I mean,
But
they pay us for it. They
but
pay us well for it, but we don't own it. You know what I mean?
technically the players are independent contractors, so they do own themselves. So at any moment they can be like, we're gonna start a league of our own, right? The only thing that's stopping them from doing that is it is really hard to start a league, and it's really easy to get sabotaged and to have to run into all kinds of regulatory bodies when you're doing it. So like that's really hard to just start a league. You kind of got to do it the way The Rock did it. Like let white people start it and then buy it. Like when it fails,
when they're done.
Yeah.
and now he has XFL and he can make the Titan games, but with football pads. Like it's his whole thing now.
He bought it
What?
cheap too. It
Oh,
was like,
15 million.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's cheap.
That's nothing for a league.
Yeah, for a
Yeah.
whole man.
Makes more than that on one movie.
That's true.
Exactly.
That's what he did. It was a residual check. He was like, oh, this thing burning a hole in my pocket. I'm gonna go buy a sports league.
One thing I didn't realize was that there's only one black owner in both the NBA and
There's
NFL.
no black owner in the NFL. There might be a minority owner somewhere, but
That's what I'm saying. There's only one combined in NFL.
there's
and
one minority owner in the NFL. Oh yeah, okay. You're saying in both leagues together. Michael Jordan is the only sports league owner, right?
And I was
Because
like,
NFL only has Shad Khan, who's Pakistani.
cause I was like, wait, there has to be somebody. And I was like, Diddy, and they're like, nah, Diddy. They tried to give him 10%. They didn't give. They even give him that. And then
So who bought North Carolina?
No, Jordan has North Carolina.
Jordan has North
No,
Carolina.
I mean NFL, the Panthers.
Not a black guy.
Because that was up for sale, right? And
it's
Steph Curry and Diddy was trying to get on there, and Durant
Yeah,
said
they're-
they want to be a part of it.
yeah, they wanted to. Oh yeah, Jay-Z owner of the Brooklyn Nets? Like is he the majority owner
He's
or
like
is he just
he's like
the
a
minority owner?
percentage
he had
of
to
a
get out.
percentage.
Oh, he had to get out.
When he became an agent, he had to sell.
Oh yeah,
his
you're right.
ownership stake.
Mm.
No.
Yeah, it's
But-
crazy.
But yeah, LeBron and Chamath was thinking about buying an NFL team. Nothing
All
official.
the rings they got. Well, LeBron at least.
You said
Mhm.
LeBron and who?
Chamath Palihapitiya,
No idea
Who
who
is
that
that?
is.
billionaire, used to work at Facebook. He's a
That's all I need to
minority
say,
owner of the
billionaire.
Warriors.
Is he a minority or is he just a minority owner of a word?
Minority owner. He's not the main owner.
No, but I'm saying like is he a minority as in like
Is he
not
of
white?
color?
He's Sri Lankan. Yes.
I don't know what they look like.
Let's see.
No.
I feel like if I describe that, I'm incriminating myself. But
Okay,
Yeah,
don't do it. I'll
Okay.
Google it. Don't do it. I'll Google it. Like don't nobody. Let's not get canceled
if I
tonight.
do,
All right,
Let's
let's
save
not
that
get
for the anniversary. Let's save
right,
that for the
for the anniversary
episode.
special or something. So I guess so. Circling back to, has the games industry lived up to its Black Lives Matter promises? I'm gonna say no.
No,
I'm
cute.
okay. I will say in their defense, I feel like I see, I don't know, a lot of.
A lot of bullshit.
I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and say a lot of desire to change. I feel like I don't know, every industry, every company, everywhere is making these same promises right now.
Definitely.
And I feel like I don't have enough, or there doesn't exist enough transparency for me to say y'all aren't actually doing shit for some places. And it takes time to turn a big ship, but like I struggle to find where there's been any action or any action plan or anything except lip service and like
of a fist of black.
Well, let me ask you this, and I know we kind of already went over it, but
yeah.
Do we actually want that anymore? Like, do we want them to do stuff? I mean, like, I'm just a little bit tired of waiting for other people to do stuff for us.
I
Like,
want that to happen, but I don't think we should
I'm not
depend
betting.
on it.
yeah, I'm not even
Yeah.
interested necessarily. It's great if it's happening. That means the world's getting better. But I'm no longer interested. Like, I'm not even interested if Star Wars and Marvel and them, if they give they do more minority stuff, and they are doing it now. But who cares? Like, I'm not interested in your stories anymore. It's not that
Yeah,
you guys don't have good stories, but it's like, I want to. Okay, so you don't want to write our stories. That's fine. Like,
yeah. Like,
let's write our own stories. Let's support our own stories. Let's like that's the only way we're gonna ever build anything. Like just waiting for them to finally accept
Like-
us, like to let us infiltrate and stuff like that. It's obvious that they don't want us in there, and it's obvious that like they'll never understand that we don't just want them to like throw us in a movie and then make us like,
Right.
oh, like look at that cute black guy. He's over there doing little cute stuff while we save the universe over here, right? Like it's like nah, like
killing us in horror movies.
It's
yeah,
leeway, basically.
yeah, like let's just go ahead and do it ourselves. Like we don't. I don't know. I've been on this for a while.
I'm with you on that. Like that was like my whole thing with like when they were talking about, oh, we need a James Bond as black. I was like, dog, like James Bond is so fucking like played out.
Y'all can keep James.
Yeah, keep that motherfucker. Like we can create our own stories. Like
yeah, like
we can create our own like super secret agent or whatever.
yeah, like that's not that concept is what makes James. Like you guys are sitting over here saying James Bond is awesome, but I mean the movies are good. They're all right. I mean they got worse and worse and worse, but but I mean,
like who cares? Like yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we have the talent to
Undercover Brother. This nigga. Low-key, that was one of my favorite movies for a long
This
time.
man, tier B. I don't know what powers this nigga got. Anyway,
Undercover Brother's got soul, man.
Pootie Tang.
Pootie Tang. This nigga blocks bullets with his hair. He's an A
What?
class.
He said this nigga got putts in his hair. He's A class.
He's A class, man. He can block bullets with his hair. Like that's A class, man. That's a level of invulnerability. If your hair can, like, he grows his hair all the way out, he can literally just weave himself a bulletproof vest.
He uses his belt to block bullets.
He also used his hair. Remember, he was like, and then the last one, the hair whipped out and got the last bullet.
I remember that.
So
I don't know, y'all. But yeah, and I mean, not I don't know.
Good one.
Yeah. So I don't know. We I don't know. What do y'all think? We didn't talk about it. I mean, and I agree.
I'm on AJ's energy. Like I'm like yo, like we got
I'm tired of waiting.
enough. Yeah, we got enough to get started and get our own shit going. I'm on that. Like it's like that was kind of like everything I was saying before. It's just like yo, like we're really not gonna get the respect that we want unless we just do our own.
Take it. Yeah, take it.
That's exactly. I mean, we got the resources. We just got to like gather them and right direction.
And be willing to take a couple steps back, because I think what really happens is like if a nigga can't make a Marvel movie, black people don't want to go see it.
Exactly.
And it's like, nah, I mean, everybody ain't got a Marvel budget yet. Or not that black people don't have a Marvel budget. Because as like a collective, black people could definitely afford to create a Marvel movie if we all came together and decided, right? Because we spend that much money a year. We spend way more than that. We can create several Marvel movies a year if black people just decided they were going to be as a monolith. We were going to all just be a movie making machine. But niggas aren't gonna be able to buy, like, even Tyler Perry and all of his infinite power and money and wealth as the richest black person that I can name right now. Like, he's not gonna be able to, make a Marvel type movie. Everybody was talking trash about his what was that movie that came out not too recently, where the people were drinking air instead of water in the background. They couldn't afford to fill a glass.
I remember that.
Like, it's
that
expensive running a studio, so it's like you're gonna have to deal with stuff like that. But was it entertaining? Did you like it? Support the next thing he does, and it'll get better.
Yeah, it's just like the Yellow Power Ranger, Karen Ashley. She was producing a movie where it had like all the old Rangers, people who play the Power Ranger basically, and it's like two sides of one side.
War.
Huh?
It was like that that movie where they're all like fighting in like a war or something.
Yeah, it's like an assassin. Like one side is the assassins, one side is like peacekeepers who would fight them. It was. I mean, they made a trailer for it. It was pretty interesting. I think
I think I saw that.
Yeah, I think it went on halt because of COVID and stuff. But I think I backed it. I bought their comic book, so because she was like the first like black female actor doing an action movie for something. Can't remember. I got a chance to talk to her at one of the cons.
The
And
original Yellow Ranger died?
Yeah, in a car accident.
No.
yeah,
Oh damn.
Yeah,
Ran a yellow light.
yeah. Oh, come on.
What a terrible nigga.
Wait
Yo.
a minute. Tell me that's exactly what happened and that he didn't just make a joke about it. No.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
Wait.
I couldn't help
you
it.
could have helped me.
Oh my gosh.
This
It
is
came out
why
so no, he couldn't. JK, he could not have helped that. Did you hear how easy that came out?
there was no way. He couldn't hold it back.
He
couldn't
wasn't
hold
even thinking about it until he said it, and then he was like,
He's like, oh, shit. God damn. Man.
Oh my gosh, that's
Rest in
So-
peace.
I was
Man,
I was really hoping it's terrible when you have to
Oh my
hope
God.
that is how somebody actually died. Just so that you're like, am I laughing at something terrible right now? Either way, it's terrible.
Wow.
You know, she actually played in a movie before she passed. She was in one of the Crow movies as one of the bad guys.
You mean the Crow movie? Was there more than one?
Yeah, there's 3.
I don't remember the Crow.
Yeah, actually 4. 2 of them were on Sci-Fi. 2 of them were. One was in theaters, or one was straight to video, and the rest were like on Sci-Fi or whatever.
All right. Well, suppose that's it for us this week. You know, don't y'all don't judge us by Creston's jokes tonight. It's okay.
Look, man. It's just a little levity. That's all it was.
Just a little.
We were talking about something dark, and he was like, "Oh man, lighten that stuff up."
Maury said you should be ashamed of yourself.
Kill the comments, y'all.
Bruh.
Hey.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, we appreciate y'all for sticking with us. This nigga been wilding
Lighten
all
the
night.
mood up with some Halo. So
There you go. Well, we might be playing some.
Oblivion.
We unfiltered in this bitch, okay?
Thanks again for joining us on the podcast. Definitely let us know what you think about the discussions today, or if there's something you haven't seen us talk about that you want our perspective on. Follow us at Blerdimension if you haven't already, namely here on Twitch and on YouTube. We stream the podcast live on Twitch Thursday nights, so make sure you come through next week. We're going to take a brief intermission, but stay tuned for after podcast gaming.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Xbox is back up. Yes, sir.
Oh, all right, cool.
Which game we playing?
Perfect
It
time.
was